Dreamy mode. Beep boop. Just
I'll
checking.
keep the stream open this time.
Is in
Hello,
stream.
Twitch. What's going on?
Yeah,
To
there
our
we go.
audience of just us.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just us.
Hi,
it's about
Angus, in the chat.
20 minutes in when we got the last random lost person who was on their way to something else.
This isn't the D&D campaign I was dropping in on.
Wait, I think we actually got someone else watching.
Four of us.
I imagine it's one of us.
No, we got Alistra and Xvm.
Well, those are lovely names.
Yes.
So, session 6. Oh, no, I've got the numbering right, and we're not on session 3 anymore. So, brief summary of what happened last session. The party found themselves haggling with a gnomish merchant called Calbor of Nim, and upon inquiring as to whether they knew any bodyguards, the party put themselves forwards, but Calbor, being a shrewd man, asked to see your abilities. And so you went to an underground fight club at one of the premier hotels of Haven. The party fought a number of bodyguards who were employed by a woman who may or may not have been called Guinevere de Montfort. It turned out that the party were quite easily able to dispatch 2 of the bodyguards. However, the bodyguard captain, Claric, was much more challenging, not least because he had an amazing stat adjustment halfway through the fight. It takes Claric a while to eventually knock Jacob down, securing Jacob's hat in the process. And just as he does, Devon decided, who, by the way, had been playing some lovely fighting music during this whole process, and had apparently taken on the role of a minor noble for some reason, decided to kick Claric in the crotch from behind, showing himself to be a paragon of sportsmanship. And throughout all of this, temerity is riling up the crowd and inventing the completely trend, which has swept the entire realm of Aximundi, of finger crossbows. De Montfort with a T. I just needed a posh sounding surname, but I think it was Guinevere. Devon is then, I think, immediately knocked on his backside by Claric, and then the favour is returned with a swift kick into the bits. Just after this, Temerity manages to bring down Claric with a very well-executed kick to the jaw, sending the large, I think I used the phrase mounted of a man about 20 times, down. After the fight, the crowd is ecstatic. They go off to turn over carriages and set fire to everything. and get very, very, very drunk. Calbor informs the party that they made a rather substantial sum from both the wager that was placed with Guinevere herself and with a 30% cut of the takings from the book, which was very popular with this crowd. The party got a pretty substantial amount, but unfortunately Calbor informed them that a few people had been a bit slow with paying, so they were each owed 55 gold, which he would take care of in the morning. And he then invited the party to join him on the way to Real and stay in his lovely vineyard, and then to head on to Aximundi City with him in their capacity as bodyguards, with Calbor being quite a fan of adventure, although he seems to have had very few himself. Devon made his way after, I think I forgot to mention, breaking his lute across the head of Cleric, while Cleric was predisposed, to go and try and find a new lute. I think he was going to Oliver's Amazing Organs. And Deslin has a suit due to be picked up from Hank's haberdashery. And that is where we find ourselves on yet another beautiful morning in the city of Haven. Devon, if we pick up where we left off, you were eyeing up some loots, I believe.
I was indeed, yes. I was. I believe he'd shown me quite an interesting +1 loot that I was having a bit of a go on. So I hate to ask, how much is this one?
Oh, well, this one's very special, you know.
I
So
can
it's
feel that it's a wonderful instrument.
well, it's it's 35 for the standard lutes available in a variety of fine woods. This one comes with a caveat, but for that it's 99 gold.
99 gold. I may have to come back for this.
Well, we can just leave it here. Will you be in town long?
Not for too much longer. Should be out of here by the end of the day, so you wouldn't have to hold it for long. Happy to pay a small holding deposit if needed.
Oh, that won't be necessary at all. We can hold
Yeah.
this until tomorrow for you. Just the one caveat is there are no returns on this particular item due to its unique and esoteric nature. I'm sure you understand.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. It takes
And I'll head out and sort of back towards the Halcyon, I guess. We're meeting Calvor.
yes, yeah. He's
Yeah.
staying there, and I believe the rest of the party is still hanging around, bothering Mr. Mazim, probably.
All right. Well, I head back that way, basically looking for my 55 gold from Calvor, and
Very good. You
um,
rest of the party. If you remember at the end of last session, you came down the stairs after a very raucous and tiring night, feeling well rested, just in time to see Devon have missed the
losing you there. Oh,
Hello.
Yo,
there he is.
Oh, there I am. Sorry, I probably moved away too far away from the mic.
yeah.
Yeah. So rest of the
Just went
party.
a bit robotic. It's fine.
Okay, that happens. You came downstairs well rested to see Devon, some might say losing, a battle of wits with Mr. Mazim, the keeper of the Halcyon, I guess. before Devon went off out into the town. What are you doing, Temerity and
Jacob,
Currently having some slight issues with Discord. I can't seem to post a link to our Twitch.
oh,
I figure it out on my end. Hopefully.
right. Yeah, Jacob's with Temerity. I don't know if Temerity picked up the clothes.
not
Oh,
yet? No.
Or if
We can
that
go
was
do
where
that
you
if
were
want.
headed. Back to Hank's haberdashery.
Yeah, you want to join me?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'm with you. Got nothing
Cool.
else to
So
do.
Hank's haberdashery is a very short distance from the Halcyon. Just as you're heading out, you see walking up the road Devon, and behind him a familiar individual. You see, just keeping his distance from Barry the fence.
Oh, son of a bitch.
All right. Wait, he comes across him, not us.
You, as he's walking towards you, he's walking up towards the Halcyon, which you're just exiting. You can see behind him, following about 50 paces or so. Keeping trying to look incognito, but he's not doing very well. Barry the fence, who seems to be keeping an eye on where Devon is going.
Right.
Do we want to?
I'm clocking that, and I'm starting to walk towards Devon, like to meet him.
While Jacob walks towards him, I'm gonna peel off, and basically just move in the out of sight until they meet up with Barry. They'll probably meet up with each other and then talk to Barry, I imagine. But just in case Barry tries to run, I'm gonna be in the wings to catch him.
Yeah, Devon and Jacob, you meet not far from the entrance to the Halcyon. Devon's got a good bit of speed on him.
Oh,
Just as
you
you,
see the little friend behind you.
Sorry, what?
You seen that old friend behind you?
Turn around and sort of look down the street to see who he may be talking about.
as soon as you turn around, you see Barry, who just at that point was kind of trying to bring his shoulder up and his kind of coat that he's wearing to try and be as incognito as possible, even though it's the middle of the morning. And as you turn around, his eyes widen and he very unceremoniously just runs back the way he. He's pretty
if I get
far
a
distance from where you are,
chance,
Temerity.
if I get a chance, like as he like notices that Devon looks back at him, I just want to do the whole, 2 fingers to my eyes and then point at him kind of thing.
Yeah, as he's kind of just looking over his shoulder, running, he's pushing into you. He nearly knocks over a quaint little set of tables that's outside a china shop, and he kind of just reacts to try and balance these probably quite expensive looking plates. Looks over again, sees you doing the "I'm watching you" gesture, and then kind of panics and just bolts. And
He
just
he
see
can
him.
ball right into my hand. I'm just as soon as he fixes the table and then starts to move again, I'm just gonna put my hand out and catch his face. Where are you going? Why are you spying on us?
Oh, I spy on no one. I'm just having a walk in town. I'm a lad.
Yeah, extremely natural walk. Here, come chat with us. And I drag him over to the others.
Yeah, but I've got I've got a meeting, important kind of thing. Can't be
Yes,
late.
you have a meeting. And then I drag him to the other two.
Hey, nice to see you.
Did
Call
you
for the guards,
forget
right?
someone?
This is abduction.
Not yet.
No one
Not yet.
done anyone. We're having a conversation in the street, mate.
I got much to say to you, have I?
Or are you following Devon for, eh?
Well, if I was
question,
following
isn't it?
anyone, it would just be, for my own safety.
For your own
You're
safety.
Lunatics
following
are
him
gonna
for
leave
your
town.
own safety.
Well, yeah, if I know where you are, then you can't sucker punch me again, can you?
That's not quite
Mhm.
looking out for you at the moment.
Oh, we haven't sucker punched him yet. And he's kind of
He
right,
did.
you know. Well,
You
not,
can
not this
touch
I'm
it.
time.
gonna
we haven't.
feint. I'm gonna feint a punch to his face.
All
Yeah,
right.
like
I swear, if you touch me, I'll go to the guards.
Well, don't
Oh.
say that. Now we just can't let you go. All that means is you're gonna end up in a hole. You gotta watch what you say, my man.
What do you mean hole? I ain't going in the
Like
hole.
a ditch.
No,
We'll
I
plant a
just wanted
tree
to
on you.
check.
Don't worry. Something nice will come of it.
You lot are just completely bonkers. No,
I'll
just wanted
admit
to
I
check.
like teasing you. Why are you
what do you
spying on
want?
Devin?
Why are you following us? Who's sent you?
Look, why are you always seeing someone set me? I am
'Cause
a
you're
perfectly
normally
reputable
incompetent.
criminal contact and fence. I just wanted to know when you lot were gone so I could, walk the streets and not feel like I'm in danger.
I'll tell you what. You're not gonna be in danger if you stop following us.
Devon's
Well-
just sort of sat there, just watching him.
You
Is he
fuck
being
off.
honest?
Yeah, can we all insight him?
Perception check,
Perception
please.
or insight, maybe?
Oh yeah, sorry, insight.
I'm bad at both of those.
Yeah,
Okay.
perception would have been better for me, but I think
Go on, Mr. Cowboy.
It's hard to say. Oh yeah, sorry. Jacob, are you giving him the old what are you up to?
I get that. Yeah. Where's my insight? Oh yeah, I'm good at insight.
The old Agatha Christie. What does that mean?
Oh, very good.
damn.
Yeah, Devon and Devon and Tamarati, you kind of seem. It's Barry. You know what you've gotten to know what he's like. Unfortunately,
So we
he's
don't
all
trust him.
talk. He's not trustworthy, but is he really capable of coming up with a scheme? Is your question. And Carl, you get the sense from how his brain. And bear in mind, it was Jacob who actually I think punched him in the face last time.
Yeah.
You
well, no.
pick up on.
Was it Temerity? I don't know. It was one of us two.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't because Devon would prefer to kick him in the crotch.
Yes.
100%.
You almost pick up a bit of idolizing, respect. Like
No, your boy Barry's got
maybe
a man crush on
he just wants to see
Jacob.
what you guys are doing.
He's been following you, my man. I think he might have a crush on you.
Hey, be honest, it's just the first one to leave the hotel.
Alright. What do you say to this, Jacob?
I mean, I am an incredibly attractive man, so I can certainly understand it, you know.
Alright.
Jacob, the man.
I'm
of
gonna
little
tell you
words.
once. You walk away. And you just fuck off. Nothing will happen to you. But if you follow us, well then. I'm just like looking at him, shaking, like, what are you still doing it?
You get quite an earnestly hurt look back. For a second, it seems like he's gonna say
But
he's
why do
gonna
I
say
suddenly feel
something.
sorry for Barry?
Because he's like a dog. He's stupid, but he's lovable.
Is he? Wait, we
You tried
hated
to
the guy.
enslave a family
We've
of
been
no.
hating the guy from the very beginning. How is he lovable now?
Okay, he has
I kind of want to bring him
of
along.
lovableness. He's like a pet. He'd
He's
be
a
a
good meat shield.
mascot.
Um,
Actually, he'd be a terrible mascot. Never mind. Let's just put him down.
yeah, this group doesn't do well with
Like,
mascots anyway.
he is not Welby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Alright.
Welby
I'm
was actually
struggling
like,
to
Welby is
remember
great.
Welby's name.
Yeah,
Welby
I
was
couldn't
Welby.
remember the name. Well, but he kind of looks down at the floor, looks up at each of you, kind of looking at the top, keeping his head down, but giving the puppy dog eyes a little bit. You know what? Fine. I know when I'm not wanted. Just remember to, make sure you don't come back. This town is doing just fine without you lot. But fine,
How about-
I'll go.
what if we want to see you? What if we want to have lunch? Can we not come back?
Well, I mean, I guess, but you'd have to start treating me nicer.
Yeah.
Well, to you too.
Look, I said yeah, not yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misheard you. I didn't mean to say that.
Look,
So,
we're a bit paranoid, a bit high strung at the moment. I was literally dead a couple of days ago. So just
wow.
do everyone a favor here and just relax. Piss off for a little while. But just enjoy your time, Don't get murdered by like us.
Do you hear that in the
Alright.
taverns? You'll hear about us.
Oh, I've already heard about you lot. You best not be going to the Barker's troop.
You're not.
No.
Listen, Barry, I know we've had our differences. We've butted heads a couple of times, but my hand on his shoulder, right? You'll be all right. I'm going to expend one of my bardic inspirations on Barry. I'm just going to try and make him feel good.
Okay. That's very surprisingly noble.
It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go rob a shop.
Yeah, screw all the small time stuff. I'm going after a bank.
Next thing
Yeah,
know,
well,
they're
you know,
writing papers.
If you lot are ever in town again, you need a fence, then I'm your man. But if you sure you don't want to tell me where you're going, then fine, I'll just be off. If you need me, I'll be down by the docks, seeing some business.
Why would we tell you where we're going?
Well, I don't know, just be social. Yeah, I told you where I'm going, but it's fine. I understand. You're secretive geezers. But yeah, stay safe, guys. I'll see you next time. He's got a kind
Bye,
of
Barry.
stupid grin in his face. Bye. And he
Don't get
walks off,
caught.
turns around, waves again. Yeah. Kind of disappears off into the crowds that stop.
That Barry. What a lovable rogue.
Jacob just gives off a
Same.
sigh.
Look that you guys have. The town seems to be getting increasingly fed up with Barry. Okay, so you are de-barrified, not far now from Hank's haberdashery. I assume that's where you're on your way to.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes. Timothy is fucking with his phone on Discord, trying to get somebody to shout us out. But we're walking to the haberdashery.
Okay. It is the same nicely cobbled road. All sorts of different clothes wares, tailors, a few particularly fancy places, broad mix of commercial interests relating to clothes on this street. Halfway down, you find the familiar sign for Hank's haberdashery, and inside you see Hank himself speeding around behind the counter, going from one side to another, seemingly just moving things.
Oh, the fast talk. Just standing in the doorway. Ah, the fast talk. Um, I go in. Say, hey, is my suit ready?
Oh, well, sir, it is good to see you again. I was hoping that you would be coming back to find your suit, and it is ready. It is perfect. It is lovely. I'll be one second.
Lovely.
I'm going away outside.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
He disappears into back room. You hear the clinking of beads that he has hanging across the doorway as he goes through. Then you hear some barely audible but very fast talking. And then he pops back out and he's got a box. It's about 2 feet wide, 1 foot long. It's a weird way to describe the box. Quite nice, right, rigid paper. Little bow on it. Goes along, puts it down on the counter. So, sir, here is your personal order. Would you like to check that everything is quite to your satisfaction?
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
He,
Look, it's
with a
been a long
flourish,
night.
pulls the bow out. The paper unfolds, and you see your what definitely isn't bondage gear. It is, in fact,
It's just a black suit, my man.
it's a black suit. Completely different to what I thought it was.
Mhm.
So when you say suit, do you mean like just a gentleman's suit, as in jacket, trousers, or slacks?
Yeah, well, it's a waistcoat overall, a nice black button up. Maybe a red tie for a little bit of color, and then a white shawl kind of hanging over the probably the right shoulder.
Okay.
Uh,
I maybe should have suggested somewhere other than Hank's haberdashery for that, but Hank's done it.
fine.
Somehow he's put together this elegant ensemble for you.
Look, he
Um,
knows what he's doing. Hank's my man. He's good.
He's a pro. Seeing your, I assume, a happy face that you have.
Yes.
He's got eyebrows up, eyes wide. So can I take it that this is to your satisfaction?
It is. Good job. Very
Fantastic. I
good
will just
job for
rewrite that for you.
haberdashery, I might add.
Well, we try to tailor to all sorts here, sir. We are a eclectic group of individuals. He reties it rapidly and then hands you this parcel. Sir, may I remind you that you do have a loyalty card here with us today. Is there anything else that I can interest you in?
I have a what?
A loyalty card, sir.
Oh. I heard that, but it didn't vibe with the fantasy setting, so my brain was like, that doesn't make sense.
We're very innovative here, sir, with our loyalty card.
Hell yeah. We have a video game section. No. I think I'm good. Yes, thank you.
Very good, sir. As ever, if you would inform individuals who inquire as to where you got your particular sartorial ensemble, I would be most obliged. And if you're ever in Haven again, please do come and see us.
Okay, will do.
And he kind of
I bow and I
gives a
leave.
little bow. Polite interaction. No one got killed or threatened.
Well,
A rare
Barry
treat.
wasn't here.
We
The
didn't even
He's
punch
young.
Barry.
Yeah.
Okay, you exit the shop, package in tow, to find your party mates seemingly awkwardly trying to avoid Hank's line of sight.
Jacob just like remembers that he's still got his loyalty card that he didn't ask for.
That's kind.
As does Devon.
Should I like
Hmm.
throw this away or?
Yeah,
You might as
we
well
might
keep
come-
it. Might have to open the door at some point.
Yeah,
Mm.
and we
That's
might
true.
come back to Haven at some point. You know.
Well, anything else we got to do?
We need to collect our money, boys.
Yeah.
I
we're
have
not-
found the loot, and I need the money that we haven't got yet.
All right. Well, I guess we could
How expensive is this loot?
And it's less than 100 gold.
Oh, okay. Well, if you needed us to cover for you.
Well, no,
this is
but-
why I like to travel light. No need to buying things.
You are
Accessories.
literally a smuggler by trade. Buying and selling things is what you do.
Yeah, but I don't own
Never said he was a good smuggler.
things.
I don't buy stuff. Come on, Jacob. Right. Yeah.
I'm not
we should
saying
go.
I don't buy stuff. I'm just saying I travel light, other than what I smuggle. But
I'm getting like
talking
the
about
bad guy
possessions.
Jack Reacher vibes.
Oh, one of my best friends, Llama, is now in chat.
Oh, hello.
What's up, Lava?
The hell is that
She's
noise? Sorry, I
absolutely
think I
That
alive.
is officially my first Twitch shout out.
Hell yeah.
one
Wait, I've
on
never
for the
done one.
ages.
Shout out to
What?
Llama and
Hey, she
Sassy
deserves all
Ram.
those shout outs.
If Sassy
Oh,
Ram's
Mam's
still
in here too?
around, what's up, Sassy Ram?
I'm noticing a trend of
Animal themed. That
ungulates.
coincidental. Both of those people are so lovely. They deserve all the shout outs.
What is
That's
it with
two
you
of my
and
players in
acquiring
my own
lovely
D&D game.
people?
Look,
He's a
you
collector.
get to choose who you hang out with, right? Why would you not choose to hang out with lovely people?
No, I'll take that as a compliment.
Yeah, you
Speaking
should.
of coincidence, as you make your way back toward the Halcyon, you notice a large, rotund, blonde-haired man making his way out, accompanied by a mountain of a man who is looking very
Forest.
dejected. You recognize Earl Montigue himself, leaving the Halcyon and seemingly giving an absurdly large-looking tip to the gentleman outside who's opening the door to his carriage for him.
The Halcyon's the fancy pub, right?
That's where
Yeah.
you first, that's where Devon first put on an amazing show, and then you
Nice.
created an underground fight club.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. So yeah, you see Montague, you see Cleric exiting the Halcyon, and within, as far as you know, sits your money.
All right, so we set it on fire. We grabbed the money.
Cowboy, how are you doing this morning?
I don't know. Was it cleric? Cleric. Cleric was
oh,
a good
yes.
sport, I think.
I am
Yeah,
kidding,
class.
by the way. Let's not set our employee on fire. This isn't America.
I have to say, Cleric took the whole me kicking him in the nuts and smashing him in the face with my loot thing very well, all things considered.
Better than your loot did, actually.
Yeah. That's why I need to get this new one. Well, there was one thing the guy said that was a bit odd. He was like, due to the unique nature of this instrument, no refunds. Which I thought was an odd thing to say.
Is it cursed? Just plain ugly?
Now I'm thinking about it, these were probably questions I should have asked him, but definitely questions I can ask before I actually buy the fucking thing.
Yeah, well, when we got the money, so let's go get the money.
Did I get that money?
We
We,
easily do it.
Head inside, giving
As you-
a fond and friendly wave to Montague.
Yeah,
as
I
he
tip my
passed.
hat to cleric.
Barrett gives you a solemn nod, and you just hear some indiscreet ramblings from the carriage, which Montague's now entered. As he does, it kind of sways to the one side. You hear something like, "Oh, bloody great pheasant!" And you make your way
Pheasant.
inside, and it's considering it's a very fancy hotel, very expensive. Mazim seems to have disappeared somewhere. It's actually quite drab looking in the light of day. You see tables are kind of not fully made up yet. There's still half burnt candles on some of them. A few stains.
We destroyed the place.
It seems to have been a very raucous night. The earlier damage seems to have mostly been cleaned up now. And just as you're entering, remember it's quite a large open room with an oval-shaped bar area. To your right, you see in the booth that you were in previously. You see Calbor, head in his hands, muttering to himself.
This doesn't look good. Shall we?
Yeah.
Random aside, I've just been scanning down my item list and I have one button. And I don't know why I have one button.
Button.
One button. I did not write
Maybe-
it in my notes. I have no idea why I have this single
Wait.
button.
Remember when we were rolling characters, you said, "Can I have some really interesting magical item?" And I said, "No, you can have a button."
Maybe.
It's for asking for things. Yes, you see Calbor, the poor little dejected gnome. He looks so sad. You can't tell if it's sobbing or just muttering to himself. There's a drink in front of him. It's mostly gone. Looks like some kind of spirit. It's a very sad sight.
Howdy, my known friend.
Calbor. Pull my slip of paper out of my pocket and pop it on the table and just slide it. I don't even sort of look at it. I just
Well,
slow it
man.
down. Just sort of pointedly sort of just hold it there on my hand as I talk to him. How's it going this morning, there, Cowboy? You seem a little bit off.
He initially looks up, little bottom lip quivering ever so slightly, and a look of confusion and then relief as he recognizes you. And he's just about to speak when he sees your hand and the note under it, and then, oh no!
Across at Jacob and Temerity. Oh no, he says. But come on, unburden yourself upon us, Cowboy. What's going on?
You are good. It's all gone wrong. Well, you know, our endeavour yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
The matter of the individuals who were not forthcoming with their promissory amounts. Well,
Yeah.
I went to them, and Monty came with me, and that new fellow of his, the one who you and then he kind of
Cleric.
kicks the table and then mimes a lute smashing over someone's head. Well, they came with me. I thought, they're big fellows, and I said, well, if you don't pay my friends, then I shan't be doing business with you anymore, and I am Calbor of Nim, one of the most prominent merchants in all of Aximundi. And then they laughed. And they said some very mean things. And then they said that they don't want to be in my caravan anymore. So now I don't have a caravan. A merchant without a caravan. Huh? And your money? I mean, I have the money. I can just give you the money, but the caravan.
Wait, so these people that are they're in your employ and or were in your employ, or they owed you money and they were your caravan?
It's complicated. I always wanted to, see the world as an adventuring caravaneer. But most of my family's business is done by boats, and quicker and faster. And I'm trying to think of a third word that means fast, but I can't think of that. So I thought, well, I personally don't like boats very much, and I have to get to Aximundi City somehow. So I thought, well, this would be a grand adventure. I'll buy a caravan. So I found some, rugged sorts, a bit like you chaps, only nowhere near as kind, of course. And I said, I will purchase a share in your caravan, and the lion's share, in fact, and then it'll be my caravan, and I can be the leader of this adventurous group of hearty individuals. And then they said that they didn't actually really want me anymore, and so I don't have a caravan anymore. All rather sad.
All right.
So, Jacob,
I'm just thinking out loud. Go on.
you purchased the lion's share of the caravan, and then they just left you.
Well,
Presumably
that,
with your money and the caravan.
well, that's what Monty said. You know what he's like. He's a very forceful individual. And I'll have my money when the caravan arrives in Aximundi City. They've given their word on that and assigned.
They also gave their
Their
word that they wouldn't
word.
ditch you in Haven.
They gave you their word that they'd take you with them, didn't they?
Well, you don't think that they would renege on their obligations? They're merchants.
I
They,
think if they
wouldn't
don't,
do
it's
it
a
a
miracle.
second time, would they? Surely
But-
not.
That's what that big cleric guy said, but I thought he was just trying to be tough. Oh dear.
They could be a tough
Oh
world.
dear.
Have these people left? Why don't we go talk to them?
Oh, they left first thing this morning. That's what I went to them to see. I was hoping to get you your money before you woke up, because you've been such dashingly good fellows.
How laden down is the caravan? Can we catch up to them?
It's fairly big. How big is a caravan usually?
You're the merchant, man.
I mean,
I didn't.
I guess a
people who-
caravan's anything more than 2 wagons, surely.
Well,
One wagon is just a wagon,
Yeah.
but 2 wagons?
Yeah,
Hey,
caravans,
caravan territory there. And it just gets bigger from there. I don't think there's any limit to caravan size. Just the
All right,
funds
well,
of the people bankrolling
I
it.
didn't know that.
It's like a convoy on the no, a fleet on
Yeah,
the sea.
Yeah, it's a convoy, right? Yeah.
I think it could be a
My
convoy
point-
as well, I suppose.
my
Yeah.
point being
Yeah,
here,
little convoy.
little
Yeah.
dude, if this is your caravan, if you purchase the majority of it, let's go get it back.
You got any horses?
I did in the caravan.
Can you buy or rent some more for us?
I
A
don't
chance
see.
of catching up to it than on foot.
I suppose. That would be quite an adventure, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would.
But-
One they would write songs about. Cowboy.
Oh my!
With you as the
And-
centerpiece.
And just gives him this fucking wide, toothy smile as he's sort of leaning in, selling this tale of adventure.
All right, it's been decided. I pick him up, put him on my shoulders, and we leave.
So we're leaving town.
Wait, yeah, no, I need my money first, because I've got to buy something, maybe.
The money's in the caravan, right?
Oh, they've got quite a few hours on us. Already. You fellows were quite late. Getting
Yeah,
out of bed.
That's what you're buying us the horses for.
If he's got money
Ah,
for
I see.
horses, he's got the money to pay me so I can get a new loot, because I am not leaving town without a loot.
Well, I think the best thing is the caravan itself is somewhat incidental. The main thing is that I get to Aximity City, and you, of course, are still retained as my bodyguards, although it will just be me that you're guarding, not a caravan anymore. That may be a bit boring for you. But I feel compelled to make good your debts. So one second. He can rummages in his pocket and just pulls out a little bag of gold. And says, how much was it?
It's 55 was the total debt, but I mean, you could get away with if you were struggling.
Before you can finish counting, there's a little pile of 55 gold in front of each of you. He may not be adept at adventuring, but he's very good at telling coins by
Counting.
touch. He's obviously spent a lot of it in his years. So that's us settled. I wouldn't want any bad blood between us, and money does
No
have a way
bad blood
of
at all.
doing that.
All right.
Quick
well, that's
question,
right.
Cowboy. Do you or your friend Clem happen to know anything arcane?
Clem certainly does. He's if you'll excuse the pun, he's a bit of a whiz.
Is Clem
We're
there?
gonna have a good time. Oh, Clem, no, he's he did his disappearing thing that he does.
His disappearing thing. Was Clem not coming with us?
He was going to go by boat, but then he decided that he didn't get along with Montague's new bodyguard. He says that he was just simply too loquacious and talkative, which, it being Clem, is probably the only person who could say that about that. Was it cleric fellow? So he just did his, teleporty thing. And he
Oh shit! You
disappeared.
can teleport.
Well, he doesn't call it that. He calls it something else. But yes, 1 minute he's there, and then he's gone as soon as you turn around. And then he just shows up
Nifty. Good.
a while later somewhere else.
Well, it's a shame that he's gone.
Oh, but don't worry. He'll definitely be in Aximundi. He wouldn't miss the grand day at the Conscious Club, and we should be there in time, I think. With a brief stopover in where was it we were going? Was it
Real?
Real, yes, and my not the horse farm, although that would be quite useful now, wouldn't it?
The vineyard.
The vineyard.
The vineyard, yes, we're going to my vineyard, aren't we? Oh, that'd be nice.
Wanting him.
Yeah, oh, you've done your homework, very good. I'm sure this is going to be a marvelous adventure.
Right. Well, let's get your loot, and then we can...
One just Cowboy. I suppose you know if there is any like a spell for hire in town.
In Haven, no. I'm not really familiar with it myself, but I didn't think so. I remember that Clem was interested in finding a book of some kind, and he went asking around for anyone who's into that reedy, magic-y, interesting, adventurous stuff, but not as adventurous as sword and thrust and parry. And he was quite disappointed. He said that he'll just find someone in Aximundi, but I think that Real has one of those towers with the fellows in them.
A wizard tower?
That's the one. Yes.
All right. Cool. Yeah. No, I think. Okay.
All right then.
Right. Yeah. Let's go.
Let's get you your loot, and then let's go get your caravan back.
Okie dokie. So you are on your way to Oliver's. I'm trying not to say a rude word every time I have to say this guy's shop's
Amazing
name.
organs.
All amazing organs.
All amazing organs.
They're all amazing.
I'm happy to split up for the moment. Jacob can go with what's his face gnome to get horses.
That makes sense. You're a cowboy.
No man I trust more to get horses than Jacob.
I'll let him do it. I'll just go with him and help him in case he, I don't know, in case he actually doesn't
massively
know where
ripped
to
off,
go.
as
I
he
don't know.
seems to do everywhere. Okay, so in the interest of brevity, Jacob, you, from your experience, will be aware that usually you can find horses to rent on the outskirts of town, usually near a main gate. As you'll remember, Haven has multiple main gates. And at each one, you're informed that all of the horses have been rented out.
Oh. Well, damn it.
You are, at the last one, the northeast gate, however, offered a mule and a cart, which would be big enough to fit a couple people on it.
But is that faster than walking?
No.
It's not.
It's easier than walking.
Hmm.
Only for the person riding it. Yeah, we're not there. Or I'm not there.
How about we hold off on this then and go talk to the others?
That sounds sensible, I think. Yes. All right.
Yeah.
I'll just follow you. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'll just
Okay.
head to where I expect Devon to be getting the loot, or at least like in the area.
And back at Oliver's amazing organs, you enter Devon and you see the same loot up on the rack, but it's got a little tag around it that says reserved.
Oh no, it's reserved.
Does it
No
come
way,
with a
no.
case?
No, we don't get much demand for cases for loot.
So I'm about to go travelling, and such a fine loot. It would be fucking shame if it got damaged.
Well, got this hello. Got this bag. It's not really fitted for a loot, but it's a nice cloth bag. You could have that, I suppose.
Thank you very much. Could I get a flute as well, please?
A flute.
Yeah.
A flute and a loot. All right.
Flute and a lute.
Flip.
Yeah, he walks you over to where there's a selection of flutes, varying levels of ornate quality and really basic ones. Usual kind of value scale for instruments, I think 35 for a kind of standard one, and then 10 gold each way, depending on quality.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take one of the more basic ones. Just one sort of like a ship's whistle, like rather than like a side flute, but like a penny whistle sort of thing.
Oh, right. Okay.
Not quite a
yeah.
recorder, but a tin whistle.
Yeah.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Tin. Let's say 10 gold for a tin whistle. Yeah, you see his face drop as he realizes, oh, you didn't want a flute, you wanted one with the less expensive things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So he. Anything else, sir? Just the loot, the bag, and the flute.
Loot the bag and the flute. Yes.
It sounds like a good
Loot
pub
the
name,
flute.
doesn't it?
Yes. It
That
does
sounds like a
sound
venue place.
As he's kind of taking you over, writing out your receipt. Now, I did mention that with this particular loot, there is a no returns policy, didn't I?
You did. Would you care to elaborate on that? You mentioned the unique nature of this loot, and I mean it sounded amazing when I was playing it, but if you could tell me a little bit more about that.
Right, yeah. So, see, the thing is, we can't authenticate the the origin of this item. It does appear to have some performance enhancing capabilities, but we can't speak to the quality of the enchantment itself.
I take the loot in my hand and I look it over. Do I see or notice anything out of the ordinary?
Can I get an investigation? No, seems like a pretty decent loot, even if it wasn't. I mean, it's older than the others. The others are all pretty much new. It's got a bit of wear and tear. But you being a gentleman who likes his stories, you feel quite comfortable with it. And it does seem to have that kind of extra little oomph to your performance as you're testing it out.
Okay. I gently place it in the bag and pop the tin whistle into one of my many pockets in my coat, and then pay the man. What was the total there?
That would be
Mr. Oliver?
99. One for the bag, you have to charge nowadays, and 10 for the tin whistle. So that would be 110 gold, please. Can I interest you in a loyalty card at all? Something we're trying out.
No, I'll pass on the loyalty card. What's the what does the loyalty card hold? What are the benefits of the loyalty card?
Oh, no one's ever asked that. It's
No
I
one's
don't-
ever given a fuck.
I don't really know. It's a loyalty card. You
Would say I
You-
just want to
you-
get a stamp every time I buy something
I don't
from
know,
you.
I just
yeah,
get it
yes,
pretty
stamp.
much.
That's a good
Yeah,
idea.
why
that
are you
is.
trying to pimp this thing out
yeah,
if you don't know what it
I'll-
does?
And then
And
what
if you
happens
get,
when I've got stamps on it?
if you get 5 stamps, you get free strings
Oh,
for your instrument.
And are the stamps just purely number of purchases, or are they value based?
Oh no.
Is it like a stamp per €100 or something? Euros, gold pieces.
Yes.
that's a different realm currency.
I might have to put some more thought into this. I'll ask Hank what he does. He's the one who gave me the idea. But here's your card, and I'll just put loyal, free, flute, clean. So next time we come in, I'll give you flute a good cleaning.
Devin, you might want to check the
card
instrument to see if it's actually an instrument.
crudely drawn, crudely scribbled promissory note over the top of it. The
Is it
one
clean
free
now?
Are you saying that this card right here currently comes with the promise that you'll polish my flute?
Oh, not just polish it. We'll get it sparkling. Yeah. Only the
I
best.
look at Temerity like.
I just wink.
Are you hearing this?
Yes,
every
he doesn't.
opportunity
He's just
now.
smiling at you innocently.
Every opportunity now, Devon's gonna be dragging the flute through the mud and saying
Devon is not thinking
demolished
about
flute
his
ever.
flute right now.
There you go. It's like in pieces.
Just remember, shopkeeper, good rhythm's important.
Well, we've got a range of percussion instruments. If rhythm's your thing, sir, I could give you a loyalty card too.
Bravo.
I think Devin's hoping it's your thing.
Well, no, I don't play myself. I'm more
Clearly
on
not.
the side of
How
things.
you even own this shop is beyond me.
Well, I think I've done quite well for myself.
I mean, this is a nice music shop.
Oh, thank you, sir. Yeah, if you're ever in the area again, then do pop in, and we'll sort that flute for you. And again, just apologies on the no returns matter. But if you are interested in selling the item again, then we could, of course, have that conversation.
Okay. Thank you, Oliver. I will see you again soon, maybe.
And
I
just
feel the need
just
to
as
get
you're,
my flute polished.
you're leaving, Temerity, as Devon walks through, Oliver gives you a very sly wink.
Finger crossbows, and I walk backwards out of the door.
All right, finger crossed. Okay, so we are looted and fluted and sufficiently booted. Suited, aren't we?
Suited.
Because
Looted and booted and fluted.
and all of the oots. And outside stands Jacob and Calbor, who let you know.
What's this?
I'm afraid we couldn't get any horses. Oh, that's a lovely bag you have there. Very nice.
Thank you very much. You should see what's inside.
That sounds kinky.
Oh dear.
You should have heard
yes,
this guy in this shop. Filth.
Oh my,
Enough to
I'll
make
be
you
sure not to
blush.
go in there. Oh. That's the last thing my constitution needs. So yes, no horses, I'm afraid. Bad news on that front. They have a mule.
So yeah, all the horses are gone.
All the fucking horses.
Yeah, sounds interesting. Eh? The mule won't be any quicker than walking. So
Wait, it's only 2 days' walk. For adventurers such as yourselves, that shouldn't be well to the vineyard, that is. And then I'm sure I've got horses there. We transport the
Yeah.
wine all over the place.
How long's the journey to Rill? And is that
You
where
could
the
do
caravan
maths.
is
you said 2
headed?
days, right?
The caravan is heading to Rail, then through
Or to Aximundi?
yeah, all the way onto Taximundi, and then across the little land bridge that they have there. So it's 2 days walk to Monte Nim, and then assuming you can get horses there, then it's a further, I think, 3 days.
All right,
Right.
it's on the way to Rill, his place, not in Rill.
Yeah, it's literally basically you can't see it on the map, but there's like a river
It's in between, basically.
that comes in,
Right.
and you just basically follow the river along the path, and then you get to the vineyard, and then carry on. You end up in Rill, and then I think your plan was to get the portal at Rill rather than carrying on the full way with the caravan. So obviously the caravan can't take this portal.
Oh, but then Jacob needs to go to Port Cat, doesn't he? Or does he?
Port McCat,
Take the
yeah,
long
that
way.
was where
Eventually, it's all right. It's all right. We'll press on things that are more important right now.
Like what?
Well, you might be able to get rid of that. Cowboy's there, isn't he? You know that thing.
Yeah, things
That
I was going
place
to do.
in there.
What are you talking about? Monday? Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. We can have a look around.
We can take the long way to Taximundi. We go through Port McCat.
We could.
Where's is? Will we then get on ships at Port McCat to Aximundi?
I've
No.
never been, but there is a ship on the map, so I'm assuming that would work.
Cowboy doesn't do ships, so will we go like all the way up through Bradleybury, Flint, Bolterdine, Port Lambert? How do we get to
Yeah, at this
Aximundi
point, it would be
without
easier to just.
boats or?
At this point, it's easier to just go to Port McCat and then go back to Rail after. But I mean, might as well just go to Monday first.
Yeah, I mean, we can.
I mean, need to
I'll
be.
be-
We can always jump out of Axie Monday to Flint and meet the caravan there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Could
we're
we also
going to
take a-
rail either way.
Yeah, speaking of which, maybe I'm too invested in fella's caravan here, but can we take a boat from Haven to Rill, then intercept the caravan?
Rill isn't a seaside town, but there will be fishing villages there.
Yeah, we can still cut it off.
Just
Go to the
small
vineyard
boat. Wouldn't need to be
afterwards.
big. We can get us
but
there.
no boats. I'm sorry. I have to be firm. I have some, difficulty with
Trauma?
well, I wouldn't go so far as to call it trauma, more deep,
Seasickness.
pervasive, soul-crushingly ice and thoughts of my inimitable demise should I set foot on a boat.
That sounds like trauma, my man.
Well, maybe it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I would prefer if we could not. And if I recall correctly from yesterday, your interest in Port McCat is finding individuals of discerning taste, with
Hypothetically.
introductions.
Hmm.
Of course, yes. I'm still not new to all this, but yeah, hypothetically, I could certainly set up some introductions with some notable individuals when we go to the Grand Day.
All right, then.
Let's go to rail.
Yeah.
Let's not waste any more time.
Just from my clarity, is Cowboy. So, what is the route that Cowboy is taking?
So, Calbor is proposing from Haven eastward along the low
Yeah.
road, through the foresty bit, along the river, to his vineyard, where you can then pick up horses if you want, or make new plans. He's offered for you to stay there for a bit. There is a pedestrian portal through to Aximundi City. His plan is then to be there in time for Grand Day at the Conscious Club, this elite gathering spot of prominent individuals, such as Earl Montigue and the like, and Clem will probably be there. And he hasn't said exactly when that is, but it's in next time. So he's treating it as kind of like a grand tour. But even though it's just from one town to the next town, to him it's the most exciting thing he's ever done.
And then the caravan itself, what route's that taking?
That is heading up through Mold. So Haven, Rill, Langley, Mold, and then across the little ferry bridge to Aximundi City.
There is a bridge across that. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there is also a bridge from I say bridge. They're kind of like enormous pontoons. So it's like the bridge moves rather than being static, which we'll come to when we eventually get there. But the main one is from just north of Mold and Port Questa, up to the south of Aximundi. Cool.
Oh.
All
Gotta
right.
say
Well, we're going to his place towards rail.
Okay.
Let's go.
You finally make your way after the starting zone after 6 sessions.
Session 7.
Your
Yes.
foot goes across the threshold, and on the way, Calbor stops to purchase the mule and the cart so he can sit atop the mule because he wants to have an adventure, and there's no real harm in bringing.
We fight a dragon along the way, just throw it into the mouth. Adventure!
Oh, yeah, try not to kill Calbor. I like him too much.
Don't
So
throw a dragon at us.
Yeah, it's up to you.
So you make your way out of town on the road eastward. As you're going, yeah, it's 2 days. It's fairly uneventful for the first majority of the day. Along the way, you encounter some other, people traveling.
Travelers.
You inquire if you've seen a caravan that meets the description. They inform you that they have. As ahead by now, it's moving quite swiftly. You learn all the details. 3-wagon caravan with 2 people on horses alongside. Again, eastward at a fairly good clip. So you're not catching it this side of the vineyard. You basically are just walking for the first day. Calbor is asking you also adventuring. So what's the biggest thing you've ever killed?
I can tell you the biggest thing that's nearly killed me.
Oh yes. What was that?
Well, once the ship that I was aboard was set upon by a kraken.
Oh my!
Wait. What's that?
I shit you not. It's fucking monstrous squid-like creature. They're fucking tentacles and all sorts. I have to say, I hope I never have to come against one again. We barely got away. Luckily, it didn't seem too interested in chasing us once we turned away, and would have been a very different story.
I don't think I've dealt with all that many monsters before.
I once
You
fought a
know-
wizard who controlled most of his furniture to try to kill me. That was fun.
Oh,
Oh my! How did you beat him?
Unconscious is how I beat him.
I see what you did. Wow, a wizard, a kraken. And he kind of looks down at the mule and says, "I say, Barnaby, these are some interesting individuals we've found ourselves in the company of, isn't it?" Pets
Punches the donkey. I fought a
pets
donkey.
the donkey. Jacob's feeling a bit left out.
well, I had an encounter with a bear before, but I kind of outsmarted it and lost it.
But a bear's
So,
still quite scary.
yeah, I mean, I was by myself.
Yeah, bears are quite deadly creatures. I'm glad you're still
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, that was back on Terra.
Oh, you've been to Terra? Oh wow!
Yeah, well, kind of from Terra, I guess. I've been between Terra and Aximundi well, the whole time, I reckon.
Do you go back often?
Well, I would until recently. I don't. I've kind of made my way here, and I'm thinking of maybe. Well, my intention before meeting these two was to make my way towards Corrican, the orc realm,
Why would you want to go there?
because I have orc heritage. I'm don't know if you can tell, but I'm kind of like
I got that about Jacob.
I'm kind of quarter orcish, but I don't have any
Oh,
fangs
my.
or anything. But
Well, he gets kind of awkward. Some of my best business acquaintances are orcs. Um, you what would you do there?
oh, I'm a traveler. I guess the trader, also as freelance.
Oh,
Traveling.
like me.
Yeah, not really, but yeah.
Well, one day you will be if you keep working hard.
Guess. Yeah, I guess I'm not as successful, but I dabble in a little bit of different kind of trading, I think. But
Oh, it's good to diversify your portfolio. Definitely,
yeah,
that's what Dad always said.
of course. Yeah. Let's talk about something else. I'm not a.
The,
And
the
Jacob just
stoic
kind of goes quiet and keeps walking.
trait and adventurous companion. Well, it's coming up to evening time. I suppose we should start looking at making camp. How do we do that?
Yeah.
Where's the tent and the grill and
Right.
the
Well,
bench and everything?
is it time to make camp?
It's coming up towards the evening. I'm gonna hand wave to the first day of travel.
I guess we'll look for a camp place. Well, first we got to find a place.
We have a
Let's see.
tent, don't we? I have acquired a
I
tent
believe you
and
have
20 crossbow
purchased one.
bolts in.
Well, yeah. So first we got to find a place.
Not gonna lie, this is gonna be my first time camping outside. Done some in abandoned buildings and layers, but
I
we're
mean,
quite out in the wilderness.
I'm happy to look if none of you.
been a long time since I was camping. Yeah.
Well,
It's going
it
to be
seems
such
like
fun.
I'm the most versed in this. Then, Jacob will look for a good place to camp.
Okay, you're gonna get a survival check, and we'll say that over the next hour or so, as the sun starts setting, you'll keep an eye out.
Yeah.
And in pretty much the whole road that you've been following has been along a slow-moving river coming against you. So there's quite a wide bank in some parts. There's also raised areas, little hillocks on the other side of the road, away from the river, that would be quite good spots. It's fairly easy. In fact, you see some pretty good spots.
Yeah. I'll pick some place that's I'm not going for anything crazy here. It's just like from what I've heard, is this road isn't all that dangerous, right? Like I've not heard anything bad yet about it.
And it's one of the main commercial lines. Haven's a pretty big port city. Most of it comes directly from Port Macat through one of the other roads, but this is the main road eastward. So it's
Yeah.
patrolled semi often, but generally the only people who are really here are people who have business in either Haven or Rill.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna look for a comfortable place, like near the road somewhere within like a
Cool.
viewable distance.
Yeah, you find somewhere pretty close to the road. It looks like it's somewhere that people have used before. Actually, there's a little
Yeah.
kind of stone fire pit. It's very flat. It's a rudimentary of bench out of some driftwood or fallen tree bits. It's very convivial, very pleasant. And as you kind of approach this area, Cowboy immediately starts kind of wandering around the perimeter. So, how are we going to make this defensible? What do we need?
Right. Well, we first we'd probably make a fire. I guess Davin will take care of the tent since he has a tent. I don't really do. Well, I used to, but I don't have a tent right now.
Try and figure out how to put this tent up.
And what should I do?
You
I
can
would
Oh, and
help.
help.
Barnaby as well.
Well, it's your pick. You can help me gather the wood, or you can help him pitch the tent.
I've always been fancied myself a good tent pitcher. I'll lend in a hand here. But if you need to take Barnaby to carry the wood back, by all means do. He's very good.
All right. So, Marty, wood.
Do we have food?
I mean, I got rations.
Yeah.
Well, I've always wanted to try a spot of hunting, like actual animals. So,
Little
yeah,
people.
There they go.
no comment. Yeah. Let me see if I can't find something.
Right, Jacob will get on the fire.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Setting up fire should be pretty straightforward, so we'll hunt.
Goes and mugs somebody.
Just another caravan coming. Let's get a survival for that hunting that you're doing.
I'm not great at that. It might be a good idea to find the caravan. 16.
Okay. Do you have any ranged weapons actually?
Yeah, I've daggers up the wazoo.
Okay. Yeah, you can also get a perception. And also a perception from Jacob as collecting wood, and one as well. Perception from everybody.
Hey. Going pretty well for my one character
Yeah, you
I
do.
played that's not wisdom based.
Perception. That's all right. I'm rolling very average.
Yeah, real middle of the line stuff.
Although my insight was good, actually.
Anything above a 10 at this level is pretty golden.
Devon? Have we lost Angus?
Yeah, he's got to pee.
Oh, okay. Well, let's deal with your hunting first. What kind of quarry are you after? Rabbit? Bison?
A bison. No, I don't want to. I don't want to be that stereotypical as an American. I'll. I mean, if I can find a bear or something, that would be cool. But
Bear?
what if was there a deer or something would be cool.
Okay. I like first time hunting. You used to go after a bear.
Well, Jacob
Just to
mentioned
taunt
it
Jacob.
before, so
It got you hungry for bear. Yeah, I think a 15 and your background is sufficient for you to be able to sneak throw dagger at a poor little youngish doe, bringing it down with a sad cry and whimper from it.
no.
So you can just drag it back to camp.
I definitely make sure it's actually dead before I start dragging it. Though. I don't want it to suffer any more than it needs to.
You successfully humanely kill a deer. And the fire is.
I like the idea of Temerity having really a soft spot for animals. Not so much humans, but for animals.
Yeah, I can see that. So the fire is crackling as you come back. Still no word on the tent, though. This Mr. Angus is AFK momentarily.
I am back. I'm back.
Ah, he's back.
I'm tenting.
You are tenting. And can I get a perception from you while you are
Okay.
tenting?
Then up.
Perception.
I'm all for being
Um,
sex positive, but I don't think we need to know you're tenting.
Wait, what?
So it's intent.
Is this a term I'm not familiar with?
I think it may be one of the Americanisms that we enjoy every so often.
Just
To-
like
to pitch
pitching
a
a
tent.
tent.
Just pitching
Yeah.
intent. Yeah.
We'll explain it when you're older, Carl.
Right. Wait. Okay. I know what pitching a tent could mean.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah. It does.
Rapidly Google it.
it does mean
that's
things.
that's what it does.
So the tent is
Surprisingly large. Good for you.
sturdily put together. Sufficient space for 3 fully grown men and gnome.
So 3 men putting on top.
I like to imagine the
Dear
gnomes used as a pillow.
meat to enjoy.
Just squirming underneath someone's head. Get out.
Mhm.
As we sort of settle
Rest
down,
a little bit.
dinner's being cooked. Devon's going to pull that little bottle with the 8 carved on it. And sort of examine it a little bit.
Yeah.
Would you say when we found it that it didn't give off any vibes? It was just
It just seemed like I think it was like clayware, wasn't it? Or
Yeah.
earthenware. Just a normal little bottle, about how many milliliters it holds. Was it 100 milliliters, I think? And
sizable, but we're not talking like a miniature of whiskey, but in player.
no, it's like a
bigger than that.
mouthful of liquid. And yeah, it just has a little 8 carved in the side of it. Nothing too weird about it, but through
Take it in my hand. Is it like it got a cork stopper in it or something like that?
yes, yeah, little sticky out one, the kind that you can get your teeth around
Yeah.
to open it one-handed.
I sort of tilt it down so that the cork is down, tilt it back up, and then unstopper it and just sniff the cork. How does it smell?
Neutral, to the extent that it's a bit off-putting or a bit no smell of mold or that kind of decay, still tepidness that you get from if you leave water in. It smells completely nothing.
Take the tip of my tongue out and just dab it on the end of the cork.
The texture there, it's so absent in any flavor that you can just taste your own saliva.
Are there any other sort of markings on the bottle other than the 8?
Hello?
Is it just me, or have we lost Michael?
No, sorry, I'm here.
Oh.
It's just an 8.
Oh, it's just the 8. Okay. Pop the cork back in it for now. Slide it back in my pocket.
Okay. As you slide it back in your pocket, you notice it's heavier.
Heavier.
Mm-hmm. Seemingly, as soon as you put the cork in, its weight increased.
Pop the cork back out. Does it then get lighter again?
No, but you notice that there is a slosh as you kind of jerk it a bit to pull this cork out. And it appears
Which
to
wasn't
be,
there before.
yeah, it now appears to have liquid in it.
Oh, and it was empty before.
Yes. Oh, sorry, I thought we'd assessed that when you initially got the item.
I don't remember doing that. That's why I was
sorry.
going through the courses of
Oh,
smelling it,
that's why you're so
and
cautious about
tasting it.
it.
Okay, but now it has got liquid in it.
Now it has liquid in it.
Smell it again.
It's got a smell now, but it's not an obvious or strong one.
Okay, well, put the cork back in. I'll do the turn it upside down thing again and take the cork out and dab it on my tongue a little bit.
Again, you can just taste saliva.
It doesn't really smell of much. It's got a slight smell, but it doesn't taste of anything.
It seems to be the case.
Right, if I put the cork back in it, does it still slosh, or does it only slosh when the cork's out?
No, it seems to just have a static amount of liquid in it now.
Okay.
Normal trickery.
It's weird. Boys, look at this.
Very weird.
So this didn't have anything in it, and now it does. Don't really smell of anything. Should I drink it?
Was that a
Drink.
question to
Yeah.
to Jacob and Marty?
Jacob and Tiberti just met with blank stares.
Yeah,
No.
no. I don't know what that is.
Well, I don't want to know what that is either. That's why I figured if I drink it, we might find out what it is.
What? Where did you get this
Well-
from again?
I can't remember. I think the
Is that because you drunk some?
the bad guys in Brigand's Bog,
Yes.
Brigand's Bog,
Yeah.
had it when we was looting their shit.
I don't think drinking it's a good idea, but I
What
mean,
is it?
I don't know, which is exactly why we shouldn't drink it.
Am I feeling any sort of effects from the tongue dab at all?
No. You feel just normal.
No tongue
Tongue's
tingling
normal.
or
No.
Well, if
Oh.
somebody has to drink it, I vote Jacob.
Hell no.
I mean, Temerity, you are technically dead.
Exactly. I'm not like a baseline for it. We don't know what it does if it fucks me up. He's the closest to just play normal we have. I would say you drink it if you want to be foolish, but if anyone could keep us from dying, it's probably you, Mr. Magic Man. So that leaves Jacob.
I don't mess with substances. Usually.
Where's Calbor at this point?
No, you're not
He-
poisoning our employer.
He's just sat on a log watching all of you. Like, this little look of wow on his face.
Wow.
Don't
Like,
wow
with
this. This is one of the
drink.
dumber conversations we've had.
Mystery bottle, real adventurers, campfire tent. Wow.
Yeah, he's in his element.
I mean, if you don't want to drink it, and you don't want to drink it, and I'm not allowed to drink it because if someone dies, I'm going to try and do something.
Maybe we can find the passerby. Do you want to find a civilian?
Oh,
You can make them drink it.
Calbor!
No.
Yes.
Do you want to drink, Calbor?
What is it?
Shucks.
Taking the stern look that I presume I'm getting from Temerity at this point, I reach into the sort of side pockets of my coat and see if one of the bottles I've got in there still has something in it.
Oh, well, I bought this. I thought this might be, and again, reaches onto a bag that's on Barnaby and pulls out several bottles of wine. You know, a bit of the hair of the dog that bit you and all that after last night.
Evan's eyes go wide.
Hands around bottles of wine to everyone around the campfire. There we are. That's but I'm sure whatever that is, it's lovely.
Only the semi-finest whiskey. Definitely not the finest whiskey. Whiskey.
Yeah, the top shelf for the Barker's
Top
Troop.
shelf for the Barker's Troop. Bottom shelf at the Halcyon. If it features at all.
Do you need me to hold on to that mystery goop, or are you going to drink it in the middle of the night?
I wasn't planning on it.
Okay. Just don't want to
I
wake up
mean-
and find you dead.
Do
I
whatever
will-
you want, but I'm not
I-
cleaning up.
I promise I will do my best.
At least have somebody awake to watch you if you go about poisoning yourself with mystery liquids.
I mean, I don't know what I would do if I saw him do that. I'd probably just
Point
watch
and
him
laugh.
die, because I mean, I'm not. I can do some
Oh,
first aid.
I won't drink it. I will just drink the wine.
All right.
Well, if I can make a suggestion for the future, if you find somebody imbibing poison, make them vomit. Sure, you can do that.
No.
Drink enough of this wine?
I meant more like punch them, but yeah.
Cowboy's just watching this, the back and forth, enjoying it. Yeah, as the night starts to pull in around you, and you don't see any more passers-by, and the moon comes out big and round. Various animals from the woods and the sand, river, trickling along, fire crackling, cowboy getting a bit tipsy and loud. Will you be posting a watch?
We should.
Sure.
Yeah.
Jacob will take
Okay.
the last watch.
So Jacob last.
I mean, I should probably
Um,
take the darkest watch.
So the middle.
I'll take the first then.
Okay.
Is Cowboy gonna sit
Cowboy.
watch?
I thought it might be nice to sit up with one of you, but I the best idea just yet. Maybe in tomorrow I could do it. Maybe.
Let's go the first couple hours without a watch then.
Well, I'm happy to try.
See if you can stay awake. If not, I guess Temerity will try and wake up and watch when it comes to it.
Be fine, and I've got Barnaby here.
Yeah.
He'll help keep watch, like a real
Yeah.
adventurous.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, so
How about can we split 3 ways and still get the long rest?
I
We
feel like
only
we
need,
need
6
to
hours,
like
right?
additional 2 hours of
yeah,
Yeah,
of,
we just
long
extend
rest.
the rest overall.
Because you need like
Okay.
6 hours sleep in your 8-hour long rest
Okay, well, let's just extend it a little bit and then take care of it ourselves.
to 10 hours.
Sure.
I mean, we can
Okay.
do, but are we gonna catch up to the thing?
We're already not going to catch up to it. We're going to stop at a vineyard.
Fair. Yeah, fuck it. Let's do that then.
have a nice nap. Okay, so Cowboy's gonna try and stay up for the first round, which is Temerity. Can I get a perception, please, Temerity?
17.
17. Okay. You're actually running pretty well.
Yeah. I'm not gonna pay too much attention to it in case it changes.
Um, yeah, it's still early in the night. The moon. You hear people settling into bed. Jacob telling off Devon for still having that bottle and to go to sleep. You do hear some rustling out on the other side of the river,
It's
and rustling a little bit further along the river in the trees that kind of bridge, form an arch across the river.
bears.
Um, tree bears.
Tree bears.
And you hear the sound of what you're pretty sure is a fish splashing in the river.
Kraken.
Kraken.
And
I'll walk off kind of heedlessly towards the tree rustling sounds and see if I can find anything.
as you get up, Calbor kind of looks at you, a bit of concern and excitement on his face. Where are you going?
I have to find out whatever that is. I'll be back.
Okay, I'll just stay here by the fire.
Yeah, man the fort, protect the others.
And initially, he's very scared looking, but as you say, protect the others, he kind of breathes in a deep breath and sticks his chest out a little bit and just places a hand on Barnaby the mule
Is he even armed?
as he looks around him. And not that we know of.
Okay, fuck it. I'm just gonna assume he's a fucking sorcerer or something. And leave.
That's a
Um,
bold assumption.
So Tamara, you walk over to the river, just kind of the closest you can get to where you heard the initial noise, and you walking a little bit away from camp. The lights from the fires not giving you much anymore, and across the river is the black outline of undergrowth and trees going up onto a hill the other side.
I
And the
pick up a
moonlight.
rock and throw it in that general direction.
Okay.
If it's an animal, I'm just trying to spook it. If it's a human, it'll probably stay still.
You kind of pick up a rock, throw it. Nothing other than the sound of a bird flying off. The kind of that you hear when they're flapping their wings really quickly. Comes from there, but you do hear a slight scrabbling sound, like I don't really know how to describe it. Like if you've ever heard a mouse run over wood.
Okay.
Page
So it's something
kind of
small.
noise coming from your side of the river and from the tree that's about 10 feet, 15 feet from where you are, the one that kind of reaches over and joins up with another tree on the other side of the river. But you don't see anything.
Okay. I'll just return to camp and keep a watchful eye. Unless it's a fucking forest gnome or something. I think it's just an animal.
You've just been followed by Grandpappy.
Maybe, yeah.
Just keeping an eye on you. Okay. The rest of your watch goes fairly uneventful. You do occasionally hear rustling. It's almost as if it's almost randomly going in perimeter around the camp, but it's not getting too close. And it doesn't sound particularly large. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Or
After a
like
while,
rabies pox or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're woken up by, well, you're not woken, you're met by Devon. Devon, as you exit the tent, you see Temerity, and then slumped up against and now sleeping Barnaby is the form of Calbor, who is also
Dead.
snoozing away. He's dead, with a big dagger in his heart.
I wonder who could have done that.
He's sleeping soundly. And Temerity kind of,
I tell you there's something on the perimeter, don't quite know what, but it sounds small, and then I go to bed.
I sort of asked, did he manage to get through to your watch, or did he was he asleep when you woke up?
Was he? Mr. DM?
but he just focusly the end of your watch. No, it doesn't.
Mhm. He was up for a little while, passed out.
Play to him.
Anyway, speaking of passing out, if you start to die,
Yep.
just shout really loudly.
Oh, don't worry, I will.
I will. Okay. Temerity goes to bed, and I go to the bathroom.
Okay. Devon, can I get a perception check from you?
You can.
Oh my. On that
Wh-
note,
Whilst he's on his watch, he is sort of just very, very quietly and very gently just sort of finger picking this loot and come up with a good song about clearing out the brigand's bog,
the Ballad of Brigand's Bog.
the ballad of brigand's bog.
Okay. Shall we take a couple of minutes break for people to get drinks and go to the gents if they require it, and then see you in a couple of minutes' time.
All right,
Right.
catch you in a sec.
we're back now. I think we're just waiting for Carl. We're re-streamings.
Hmm?
What was it I wanted to do? Oh, I wanted to see. That's. And thank you for watching us while we wait for Carl. Go, Boomer Powers, go. I can report the live stream. That seems like a good thing to do. Ugh. Can someone who's good with technology figure out how to do it?
What do you want to do?
What's and apologize to them for Deslin, no doubt, threatening them with all sorts of horrible things if they don't come and watch our absurd nonsense.
Oh,
Community.
yeah. I mostly
there
just
we
said,
are.
"Hey, come and hang out." I try not to threaten people in real life, only in D&D. And the customers that get too annoying.
It gets boring. Okay, we have Alice Idra, Alien Gathering, another TV viewer, Commander Root, Lama Lama, which is annoyingly fun to say. And Rogue. Oh, Rogue Girl. Okay. Yeah. I was going to go with the Roguewig in real life.
Wig.
And Zifm, XYFM. And then we also have some person on YouTube. So thank you, everyone, for tolerating our nonsense. Once Carl gets here and we find out what exactly it is that Devon has seen, I hope it will be entertaining. It might not be tree bears or a river kraken.
It's a koala.
River Kraken.
I'm assuming that's not a thing until now.
The squirrel kraken.
It's their kraken nuts,
Mhm.
just like Devon.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna bring up actually. I think I prepared a little
Oh.
map to show the campsite.
Oh, here comes Carl. He forgot to mute.
Coughing up along as you.
Yellow.
Hello, Carl.
Oh, I had
Okay.
sweet corn with my dinner, and now I just realized my room smells like sweet corn.
Well, there are worse things for it to smell of.
Ooh, a battle map.
Well, and it's not necessarily a battle map. It could just be a generic map.
A map. We've agreed on it.
So you're all about here, by the way, and let's pretend there's another tree over here that links a beautiful tree. Lovely. Devon, you've been warned about a mysterious, scrabbly, small, scratchy, squirrely noise.
I have.
Maybe a river kraken, maybe a tree bear, maybe nothing. And you, using your dark vision, I believe,
Huh?
with the benefit of a full moon
Nice.
and a
nice.
roll of 20, you hear this noise and you follow it. And you're playing along, coming up with your tale of the gnomish rebellion and the massacre that ensued after it.
Got to keep the gnomes out of it. They don't want anyone to know that they're there.
Oh, that's a good point. You don't want them coming after you.
Yeah.
For loyalty.
Trying to avoid gnomish. More sort of playing up our own heroism and prowess rather than saying. And then the fucking gnomes killed them all.
I've just realized that the YouTube person shares the initials with my wife, so she may be watching, in which case I didn't agree to that.
Get out of here.
Boo. You you're following this noise around as it's kind of circling, forming a little perimeter, you might say. You hear a repetition of the route that it seems to be going in, scrabbling across the trees, coming down, going behind the camp, then seemingly across the other side of the river again, and back it loops. And you notice as it's coming down the tree, whatever this thing is that's making the noise, that you can just make something out very indistinct on the tree. It's slowly moving down the trunk, and it's like a slight shimmer in the bark, barely visible.
I stand up and slowly walk towards it, loot in one hand, other hand on the hilt over my rapier.
It doesn't seem to move, and at some point as you're approaching it, getting closer and closer, it disappears from sight entirely.
Get back.
You're approaching, you're about 6 foot away now. No more noise. And I assume you're like trying to be a bit nonchalant about it. You
Yeah.
can't make out any outline or anything anymore.
Okay, I sort of nonchalantly back away, going back to sort of gently playing.
Couple minutes. And then you, at the corner of your eye, you just see movement again. Noticeable. A little less defined than the first time, but there's definitely almost like an elongated sliver of light down the tree very slowly. And as it moves, it just distorts that tiny bit so you can see.
And is it just, it can come in back from where it was before and it's just crawling down the tree towards the ground?
Moving down, it's nearing the bottom of the tree now. And very slowly, deliberately just moving. And you can only see it when it's moving. And as what seems to be a limb of some kind reaches the bottom of the tree, you can see that the grass just distorts ever so slightly. And then another limb seems to come ever so slowly and pushes aside some more grass and a leaf or two. And you can, now you're looking for it, you can see this element of movement.
And is it heading towards me? Is it?
It's kind of, if you guys are, say, in this little alcove area,
Yeah.
it's heading off in this direction. So it's on that side of the tree.
Okay. So it's not
And that would
coming
roughly
towards
follow the
us.
sound. It seems to be going off to the side, roughly where you'd expect to have heard the sounds before, and then you've heard them in these trees above you, and then
Oh,
back over the
okay.
other side of the river. So it seems to be doing a loop.
Curious.
Well, I think I'm going to do what any rational person would do in this situation. I'm going to throw a stone at it.
Okay. Can you give me what would that be, Angus? Straight
It's
strength or
straight dex or
straight deck? Oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, roll for it. Okay, you will have had a chance to just pick up a stone while you were at the camp, get up and start your nonchalant wandering, playing, and then a fast pitch stone whizzing off towards roughly where you think this creature is. And you hear a thud and as a shape starts to materialize.
Jacob, Taveri, wake up!
What?
Let me drag you guys on.
What's up?
What's up? Wakes up immediately.
So
Yeah.
as this, it's almost like a veil dropping off this whatever it is, and it's black. It's like pitch in its darkness, and it's still poorly defined, almost as if it's constituent of smoke, and it's kind of recoiling from being struck.
You find the thing?
But yeah, it's certainly a thing, and I point. Obviously, it's dark and they can't see it. So I look for another rock on the ground, a little bit bigger. I'm looking sort of like baseball sized, and I cast the light on it, and then throw it again towards the creature.
Okay, very good. Yeah, you Jacob's in. I'm missing you. Angus, sorry. Yeah, you successfully lob this effectively light bulb.
We can't see us, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
I
so
can't
Have you
see
put
on
us
that.
on the GM layer, maybe?
Died ourselves up. To be fair.
And as Devin starts to antagonize this thing, can I slip away?
There are multiple of you.
I love that Taveri's
what's
tactic
that?
at the start of every encounter is, I'm going to go.
See ya.
It's a useful technique.
Yeah, so this thing is now lit up. Let me put Cowboy in as well. Feels like he needs to be part of this.
Right,
And
cowboy.
you can see almost like the ice on a winter's morning when the sun gets on it, this vapor coming off this about the same size as Cowboy. Little dark, angry looking little creature. So who was antagonizing it?
That would have
Did I
been
hear that
me
right?
throwing stones at it, basically.
Okay, you're pelting this little creature with
I
stones.
wouldn't say pelting. I like threw one, hit it, threw another one
Lobbing.
near it.
Throw one, hit it. I wouldn't say pelting.
Yeah.
Thing's
General
face.
assault.
And Temerity, you were kind of going off to the side, right?
Yeah, wherever I can. Although looking at the map, I don't know if that's incredibly viable. If I can sneak away out of its perception, I will.
Jacob's like, he moves quite quick. As soon as he's woken up, it's a split second before he's on his feet. He's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, every rock that you're throwing, Devon, you're just getting more snarls, and it's kind of lifting its arms up, try and defend itself. As you're trying to sneak your way around Temerity, you can hear some of what it's saying. It seems to just be swearing.
Just swearing. Okay. Can I tell what it is when I get closer to it?
I think you would have a good idea, actually, given your background. It seems to be something infernal in nature.
Oh, dope.
On your background, it's something in.
I'm gonna walk out. Try to hold up a hand towards Devon. Tell him to just hold off in common, and then in infernal. I'm gonna say, "Sorry for my friend. Can we help you?"
So to Devon and Jacob, this sounds like some guttural,
Heavy metal music.
horrific screechy noise. Whereas
All in the back of the throat.
they aren't even. Temerity's actually putting on quite a nice accent when he's doing it. And this, I think, as the last rock hits, it just goes, barbarians!
Jacob just points out to Mercy. He's joking. Help him.
Yeah. In fact, I'll
He
put
drank
myself
the
in,
mystery
in between the two of them. And be like, it's still in Infernos, so Devon doesn't understand me. I say, sorry, he's a bit simple. I'm Temerity. Nice to meet you.
Simple's right. I'm Brick.
His name is Brick.
Brick.
Can you type that out? I can't quite
Brick,
understand you.
Brick.
I understand the
Brick,
accent.
as in house brick.
Brick.
How's
Brick.
Brick?
Brick.
Okay.
Yeah, Brick. Although he puts a little heart up of the eye.
Okay, I don't know how to do that in text. Hello, Brick. What are you doing?
Watching?
Why are you watching us?
Well, isn't it temerity?
It is. Has somebody sent you to watch me?
Irrelevant.
I disagree. I think it's very relevant. It'd also help your mission if we got along. So,
Who says I have a mission? I may just
just
be
a hunch.
strolling.
Well, we tend not to do things on a whim here.
Well, how is it that you speak so well?
Gone on a few missions myself.
And your friends, they do not understand?
They're
Nope.
both joking.
As far as they know, we're exchanging recipes.
A good analogy. You are familiar with my usual kind of work that one such as I may conduct.
I have a decent idea. Care to elaborate, though? I wouldn't mind.
I, Brick, am a maker of deals. I find those who seek or wish, and I, in my magnanimity, help for small, trifling matters.
So, yeah, crossroads demon?
Nothing so urbane. I'm a freelancer.
Oh. Well, I mean, honestly, if you're a freelancer, you might fit in with this lot. They're both freelancers.
He kind
trying
of
to
looks
make some
over
deals.
at Devin, who I'm assuming still has a rock in hand.
Yeah.
Perhaps we can do business.
Yeah, right? Well, I can't guarantee business, but I can at least guarantee that they're not going to throw any more rocks at you. Or if they do, you can throw some back. This guy likes to make those types of exchanges. And I'll thumb back to Devin.
With Devin, you just see this kind of between two people, and then gesturing at you, and then laughing.
Sure, I like this. Jacob. Jacob.
Do you want to come chat with us, Mr. Brick? Or Mrs. I don't know. We have a. Can I tell what he is? Like
And-
race wise?
He appears to be an imp.
An imp? Okay.
I suppose a brief tete-a-tete, maybe in that mutual benefit.
Yeah.
Cautiously, will
well,
approach.
I bring him around whatever like campfire or whatnot we have. I'll just bring him up to talk to the other two.
As he approaches the campfire,
Drop my stone.
You notice it dim ever so slightly.
It's a neat trick.
Give me a clue
You make it brighter. Fuck you, demon.
No.
Devil
As
thing.
he approaches and comes into the light, you see again a very ambiguous entity of smoke and shadow. One thing that you do notice in particular, aside from the kind of blankness of his face, aside from the glowing, who's casting Mage Hand?
No, I'm just looking. I'm trying to expand it and clicking the wrong
Rocks. Okay. Just Mage Hand slap.
thing.
It's almost as if it's a completely blank black canvas with just little cutouts for eyes and a too wide smile. And you also notice he's carrying quite a long brass trumpet on his back. But other than that, he seems to not have any weapons or anything that immediately jumps out to you as a concern.
Well, fellas, and I was speaking common. I have a little impish friend here. His name is Brick. You probably going to ply his trade and strike a deal. So, heads up, I suppose.
So just to
Deal.
clarify, you've brought a creature of the abyss to make a deal with us.
Oh, to talk. If you make a deal, that's all on you.
Isn't like making deals with them like like a bad thing or
Pretty sure
know.
9 times out of 10 it comes back to bite you in the ass.
I mean, we're not gonna say that doesn't happen, but I've known plenty of creatures from the abyss to make completely honest deals.
you know? Okay. And Jacob sort of like it sounds like he's got like 50 questions, but then he just gives up halfway through a sentence.
As you've been talking, you notice that he's been following, and then he says in fairly decent common, "That is propaganda. I offer simply a trade." Huh?
Trade for what?
What kind of trade?
Well, we are
Newly acquainted. Something simple to start. No harm there.
What do you propose?
Well, let's see, what could you use? Gold? Everyone needs gold. Let's say something small, just to show that we can trust one another. 10 gold for information. Nothing more.
What kind of information?
Name, nothing more.
All right. Well, tell you what.
Before yeah, try
If you
not to
ask
answer
a
it before name.
question, we can determine whether we want to tell you, and then if we do want to tell you, then you can pay us.
That is not usually how I work, but I am interested in making friends.
His smile curls up.
So yes. I wish to know if you know a person. I will tell you their name. And then, if you wish to have the gold, you will inform me if you know them. Simple.
All right.
Very
Seems good enough. But before you continue too far, and I don't mean the underhandy here, Mr. Brick, but to the other two, try not to use your actual names. They can have meaning and power.
All right.
Very well.
Who are you looking for, my friend?
Wait, Chief.
What?
Can you say that like a human so we can understand you?
It's common is out of touch. Wheat, the thing that you eat. Sheaf, a collective noun.
How do you spell sheaf?
I think it is like that.
Sheaf. Right. Okay.
We don't know him, do we? Doesn't ring a bell.
Well, that tells me nothing.
Angus, either?
Devon's been very quiet. Wheat sheaf. No, can't say I'm familiar with the name.
We know Angus well enough to know that there was hidden information in his speech, though. Do our characters know Devon well enough?
I think that's up to Devon. Angus.
I think that would probably be roll worthy, wouldn't it? If Tamari's trying to insight check that, if it, yeah.
I'm awful at that. Sure, I'll insight you. Whack. Hey.
I'm gonna.
Okay, well, Tamari will catch on that there's something more hidden there, but he's not gonna press or let it loose that he knows anything extra. If this is Devon's info, you can make a deal.
So there you go for Michael. There's the relevant role.
Thank you.
Unfortunate. You, Have you seen others in this area?
What are you looking for this Wheat Sheaf character for anyway?
Nothing in particular. Just to find more information, I suppose. Nothing wrong with that.
Information could be
Mm.
quite dangerous.
Yes, but I am entirely harmless in my intent. I seek only to learn who this person is, and nothing more.
May I ask?
Can I insight check this fucking in? Because that sounds like bullshit.
I mean, I'm assuming it is.
Yes, insight check, and you were asking something.
Wait, what was I gonna say?
While you remember, he's a creature of darkness and evil. So you get some pretty funky feeling of him. You don't get the feeling that he is specifically lying. But there may be some understatement or half-truth, which would be, from your understanding of these things, pretty par for the course for dealing with such an entity.
Avoiding the truth more than lying.
Yeah, it's more obfuscation rather than just, no, I won't stab you.
I'm not gonna not stab you. Like, you need to be more subtle.
May I ask, where, how, you're from the abyss? How did you get here?
I was in the area.
Okay.
Yeah, this friendship would go a lot smoother if you're more honest with us. Try to speak more like a human, if you know what I mean.
Vile.
I know, it can be a bit grating at times, but it does help to build trust.
Very well. But if you don't know which thief, I must wait others who do.
So you think others who might know him would be traveling this route?
I believe someone in this area at this time would know. But it seems I must have been mistaken or misled.
Well, hey, how about this? You loop me into your mission, and well, I can help you out. It'd be good to have an extra friend. I wouldn't mind you owing me a favor if I can find this wheat sheaf for you.
An interesting proposition. If you could find this wheat sheaf, but if it is not one of you,
And he's kind of looking at each of you. As you go along, as he kind of goes along.
then my information must be wrong.
And to this point, he kind of notices the gnome. And as he kind of turns suddenly towards Calbor.
It's you. Do you know which chief? Huh?
Calbor's immediately backing away, clearly out of his comfort zone, and just shaking his head, going, no, 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 no. As he kind of scurries off into the tent.
No. Gnomes. Strange creatures.
So, why are you looking for this wheat sheaf? It'll help me find them if I have any more information.
All I know is that it is immortal. One of you. And it knows something. Or has done something that makes it interesting. I wish to find why it is interesting.
Hmm.
No harm need come of it, only a few simple questions.
Right. Wait, you mean wheat sheaf? Right. I thought you said meat chief. Wheat
I
sheaf
know
went that
him.
way, and
That's right, right.
Jake is just like pointing the way they came from, just like he's like, "What the fuck is this?" He's starting to feel uncomfortable. He's like, "I want to get rid of this thing." Like
Persuasion or deception?
deception.
Yeah.
Unless I've actually seen.
He just kind of. Bear in mind, you can only really see the primary features of eyes and smile on this, ephemeral creature. But you can tell the kind of sardonic, really head tilt as it's, and then it just starts shaking its head and turns back towards Temerity and says something very guttural sounding in Infernal, to the effect of, "Who is this idiot?"
It's worth a shot, and Jake is
my
just gonna
helpful
go
idiot.
to the tent where thingy is, like not inside, just next to it.
Now that it is the three of us, perhaps we could speak more freely. I am not the only one looking for Wheat Chief. It would be better if anyone did know him to let me know. Being a humble, low-ranking imp, such as I am.
Who are you
Humble,
serving, by the way?
low-ranking imp with no designs on their own self-improvement and progression, I presume.
Well, it would be irresponsible for me to not look at ways of being able to offer a greater service to my clientele. But whereas I may come with offers of mutual benefit, those superior to me may be more aggressive in their negotiations.
Who are your superiors?
Well, you know how it is, office politics. Everyone thinks that they're above poor little Brick. For now.
Yeah. What office do you work for?
Of no real consequence, is it? You wouldn't know them.
I might.
No, don't.
And he gets a very constipated look. Well, you can only really tell from his mouth, but a look of obvious discomfort at talking about what he's talking about.
All you need know is that it's better to talk to me. Friendly.
He gives a very creepy smile.
Alright, well. Unless you can share some information on this wheat chef person. I don't know if I can offer any as a help. The more you tell me, the more I can help, but yeah.
That is, alas, all that I know. They are meant to be here. They are mortal. At this
What they look
time,
like, or
no. Only location, time, name.
how are you meant to find somebody?
Yeah,
Alright.
it's a job.
This Wheat Chief character, he got a first name? She? He?
Unknown. We believe. I believe it is male. But no name, no origin. That is what I wish to learn. Ooh, and why is it so interesting?
So you don't do you know why you're looking for him? Like why is Wheat Sheaf interesting to you?
Didn't you go into the tent? But to answer your question,
He's outside.
He's just got a cup up against the tent wall, listening.
and
What,
no,
what if he doesn't know these? Why is interesting?
Well, let's
No.
not lead the witness here. Let him speak.
Then, fine. All that matters to me is learning what he knows. If he knows nothing, then...
He kind of shrugs.
Of course, I would be willing to offer a most advantageous deal to anyone who would provide me with this information. Better than any of my contemporaries would be willing to offer, seeing as you've been so hospitable.
Ugh.
I'm gonna do something here. I'm going to imagine a gigantic like bear or something right behind this guy in my mind that's like chomping down on him. Like it's snuck up and is about to pounce on him. Does this guy react to my thoughts at all?
What an annoyingly astute and clever question that I hadn't changed. You git. But
But he
no,
knows demons, devils. I suppose.
he doesn't. He's just kind of smiling and tilting his head in a creepy, weird way at each of you.
Okay.
So you're quite sure that you don't know any which chief? Or will I have to inform my superiors of my unfortunate failure? And they will, of course, micromanage the situation.
Well, maybe it wouldn't have failed if they gave you a complete dossier. You don't even know what this fellow looks like.
Eh,
Or any other name besides Weesheaf.
Such is my line of work.
And you're
Oh,
saying that there will be others that will come looking for this Wheat Sheaf character.
Oh, certainly. Where one fails, another will come, stronger than the last, angrier than the last, less open to discussion.
How did you know that this Wheat Sheaf person would be around here?
That is, I can't say.
Would you guarantee that no harm would come to this Wheat Sheaf character?
No harm from me. More than that, I cannot promise.
Evan sort of looks back and forth between Temerity and this guy. And tries to sort of catch Temerity's eye a little bit. Like
Okay.
a pointed stare.
Okay, you've got his attention.
So, so get your attention for that, really.
What?
I'm trying to sort of non-verbally communicate.
Well, I mean, be a great time to have a message or something, but
I
I'm not a
know,
wizard.
just dissonant whispers a message.
It's just
No.
make my nose bleed.
Well, Brick, if we do come across this person, is there a way to contact you to let you know? 10 gold is no small reward for finding a person.
A greater reward could be arranged. Time is of the essence. If I am unsuccessful in finding them here and now, I will have to report my failure. Most disagreeable for us all.
For us all? What
Hmm.
get it being a bad on your end, but with just some strangers walking on the road.
What is the term in common? Collateral damage? Hmm?
Collateral damage can be dangerous, my friend. Surely a boss knows that.
Hold
I-
on a minute. Is this guy threatening you?
No, no, no.
You're in the tent.
He's outside of the tent.
Make
He's
your
next to
mind
the
up.
tent.
You're letting in the draft.
No,
we in the
he's
tent?
been
Is he in
next
the
to the
tent?
tent this entire time.
I've got no idea what's going on. Where are we?
I was
Are
at
we
the
in the
entrance
tent?
of the tent near the gnome.
Art intent. But Brick can hands out.
I have no intention to threaten. I am merely stating the repercussions of certain choices. Negative repercussions for all of us, I fear.
When you
Right,
say
let's-
us, that includes me and these lot?
And he just nods his head.
Look, we don't
We
know.
negotiate
anything.
this reward situation. 10 gold, like you said, paltry sum, but person finding.
For this person, assuming I can ask a few questions, no harm need come of anyone, and then report back successfully, then it may indeed be a slightly too small sum. Are we negotiating, perhaps? Hmm?
Hypothetically. And I winked over at Cowboy.
The best kind of discussion.
Well,
What would a more appropriate sum be? 50?
100.
Hmm.
Hypothetically, of course.
This I could do. Say 50 now, and 50 should the information be what I'm looking for.
Okay, yeah, all right then.
As soon as you say yes, he kind of clicks his finger, and you just feel your change purse or your whatever it is you're carrying money just get heavier.
Done. Where is we, Chief?
I am weak, Chief.
No. Who could have seen that? You mortals are sly and it's delicious.
It's easier to deceive when you don't know the information. I finger crossbows to the imp.
He does not return the finger crossbows. He's focused entirely now on
Yeah.
Devon.
Oh, you do have a
Gingerly
first...
fingering the handle of his, the hilt of his rapier.
You have a first name, Mr. Oichi. Hmm?
Do you need it?
It is nice to know with whom I deal.
You can call me Devon.
Devon Oichi. I suppose
Sort
that
of.
will do, given the circumstances. Very well. Who are you?
We chief, apparently.
Um, that's a very deep and philosophical question, don't you think?
No existentialism, please. Why are you important?
I don't know.
Hmm.
It's easy to become important to someone's heart when you're that handsome.
Because I can play mute. I don't know. Importance is relative.
Why
No
do you think he's
subjectivism,
important?
please.
How can I be important to people I don't know?
By what
We have-
mechanisms did you come to look for him? Why do you think he's important?
I don't know as I do, and irrelevant. We
I
have
mean,
a
it's very
transaction.
relevant.
Very relevant.
We have a verbal contract. I will answer my questions, then we may discuss other things.
All right. I mean, we don't have a contract. I can ask you all the questions I want.
Very well. Enjoy that. So, you don't know why you're important. Have you ever spoken to the Nimue?
Have I ever what? To the what?
The Nimue, the oracles.
I'm afraid I don't know what that is.
Hmm. Have you met any other devils?
Might have come across a tiefling or two in my time, but
Eh,
I suppose the best answer I can give to that is not that I'm aware of. Met a couple of cunts in my time.
eh,
I
tried
know
living
some
with them
guys.
eternally. Hmm. Very well.
I become devils later.
You leave me
What
in no
about
choice.
these oracles of Nimue?
You said you didn't know them.
No, that's why I'm asking you about them.
Irrelevant. If you were meant to know them, you would know them. This is most unsatisfactory.
What if he's meant to come to know them in this conversation?
I liked you at the start. Now I'm not so sure. Very well. Your answers are disappointing, but I believe Ernest clicks his finger again, and your pockets get heavier. But this is most disappointing. He quite swiftly steps back and pulls the trumpet from his back. Hold it to his mouth.
Jacob's in a fighting stance.
And he kind of sees that you're getting ready to, getting tense, and he kind of rolls his eyes as well as you can see that he's doing that. And he just blows this incredibly tinny, with this long brass. What do you call it? It's just a trumpet, isn't it? Long trumpet.
Vuvuzela.
It's a didgeridoo. And he kind of breathes in and sighs.
Hear ye, mortals. His lordship, Ash the corrupted, binder of souls, lord of the fallen, eater of hopes, balefire lord, conqueror of the realms, wielder of the Witch King's demise, dream breaker, general of the 12th host, no light unfurled comes.
I lean into everyone else. So he's probably like a captain or something and has a sword. Just cut through all that bullshit.
You immediately notice it gets darker. And after a few seconds, you realize it's because the moon seems to have disappeared from the sky. The sound of the bird stops, the wind stops. You can just hear the faint noise of Brick going slightly out of breath. And in front of him, between the two of you, a swirl in the patina of the ground starts to appear and molds upwards into an enormous shape, 8 feet tall. And then the ground, the soil, the moss, everything that has been brought upwards folds away back into the earth. And you are faced. I hate the info layer so much. With an enormous creature.
So, instrument. I'll
Who
admit I took a guess.
Hey, it's devil with horns. I'm kind of bigger.
It's an enormous devil. A fiendishly one that you wouldn't want to pit yourself against, perhaps.
Jesus.
And as he kind of brings himself up and straightens his back and brings his chest out and rolls his head to the side, and he looks around at all of you, and you feel ice around your hearts as he observes. You hear a kind of frantic muttering coming from inside the tent where Calbor is. And it's like, no. Yeah, there's this massive creature appears. You have found him, Brick?
No. Yes, but he knows nothing.
I will be the judge of that. You. And he points a finger at Devon. You are the one.
Away.
Yes?
So they tell me.
Good. Who are you?
I'm Devon Mapleport. Devon
Really?
Wheat Sheaf.
I've been looking for you, Wheat Chief.
What is
Why
Wheat
have
Chief?
you been looking for me?
I was hoping that you would tell me why I, and so on and so forth. You've heard my titles already. Should
Thank
be
you for being
concerned
kind.
with you, Wheat Chief.
I mean, that sounds like a fairly backwards question. Surely, if anyone's going to know why you are searching for me, it would be you rather than me.
Hey there, Mr. Horn Person. You want to tell me why I give a fuck who you are?
He looks down at Jacob.
This
And
can
immediately
carry on. We can keep asking questions.
The slow one may have a point. Brick has asked the questions, and you do not know. I will expedite things. Brick, give it to him. And Brick kind of...
Rapier comes out. I'm like, don't know what you think you're
Walks.
giving me.
Give it to him, good Brick. Walks over towards Devon and flurries his hand, gestures his hand in the air. And a little light appears, and then a scroll and he's got a look of disgust on his face as he holds this scroll and he reaches out arm's length to give it to you.
Take it. Fire.
Rapier out in one hand as I reach with the other.
What's wrong with the
Take it with
squirrel?
tips
Why
of
is it
my
vile?
fingers.
It is contaminated. Yeah.
He kind of scurries back behind Ursh. Read it, if you please, Witchy.
Furl it and read it to myself. Give a very, very quick scan read, as quick as I can, get some sort of idea of what it might be about before I actually start reading it out loud.
Now how do I share this with you?
Is it a handout on level 20?
Yeah.
Go into the edit section and put show in players' journals.
Okay. I think I bracket it in the DM layer.
I
Just
don't
the
know if
big
you can
parchment
then
thing.
make it just available as
Just to Devon? Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Copy to library, copy to folder. I'm so bad at this. Okay.
No,
it's
I
in
mean,
the-
if you
Oh,
haven't
oh,
downloaded it in the level 20, you could just show it
I
in
have.
Discord.
No, I've got it here. So show to players.
And then all players are just Devon if you want him to see it.
It only gives me show to everyone, but I'll just show it to everyone.
Did you have fun writing this, Michael?
Bye.
Someone want to read it out loud,
I think Devon, being the bard-ish one, should enjoy the horrific rhyming scheme.
Sing it in the style of Kiss, if you will.
in literally style at all. My child, before you now, a soul laid fallow, an empty echo, a light-stained foul, corrupted to its black marrow. It seeks you in its starlit prowl. Fear not, my child, it shall not harm thee, no more than I could bring thee pain. For you are now its soul's salvation, so that it might come home again. Its path grows dark, its chances burned. Forgiveness, now its soul hath yearned. Forgiveness found not in the giving, forgiveness pure and free and earned. Only you, my child, can offer that which it has sorely craved. You'll find forgiveness, little, I don't know that word, sucker?
Sucker, yeah, like
Sucker.
comfort.
But give it lest
Assistance.
it stay
in
enslaved.
hardship.
I pray that when its trial is through and redemption has been won, you'll prove to have a heart so true, it can forgive me too, my son.
As you're reading it, you realize that the letters are not written in common.
Burns my eyes just reading it.
What does it say, Witchy?
I don't know. I can't read it.
Are you sure, Witchy?
It's just all squiggles.
Ah, a shame. I was hoping that it mentioned forgiveness.
Why would it mention forgiveness?
Well, it is a nice theme, is it not? Forgiveness, redemption.
Honesty.
Very good. Something I value quite highly myself. Are you an honest person, Witchy?
Not as far as I've known him.
Not by nature, no.
Or not
You
sure,
wouldn't
really.
be dishonest to me, would you?
I think this word
I
means
give
forgiveness.
I give Devon a look.
At
What was
this
that,
point,
Angus?
Jacob
I
starts
said
laughing really loudly.
I think this word might mean forgiveness.
Ah. It is all a horrific blur to me, but I'm glad to hear that it involves forgiveness. You see, oh, Brick, if you wouldn't mind giving us some privacy, please. And Brick kind of
Goes
wanders
into the
over.
den with the gnome.
I nearly choked then.
Yeah,
but
Jacob started laughing really loudly. Like, wait a minute, I know what's going on. See, it must be wearing off because I'm just beginning to see clearly.
I find it hard to believe that you ever know what's going on or see clearly, but do, pray tell, what do you mean?
Jacob just looks at him and he just shakes his head, looks back at Devin. That fucking, you gave me that thing, didn't you? You made me drink it, and I'm seeing things.
Wait,
You
you drunk the
fucking
8-ball?
twat. I'm going back to bed.
No, I think
Fuck
he
this.
thinks
I need to
that
sleep this off.
he's been
And Jacob's gonna lay
Date
in
raped.
his bedroll,
It's just a fever
assuming that
dream.
this is hallucinations.
I do not believe that this is real, so I am going to sleep.
It's the
Terrible
best
strategy.
I can finally start thinking clearly.
And Brick kind of walks over to Temerity and kind of tries to get your attention while Ursh continues to
Yeah.
talk to
What's
Devon.
up, little guy?
Well, it seems that my role here has been. Oh, wait, that's not him. That's Calbor. Calbor, get back in the tent.
It seems that my role here has been somewhat superseded, huh? Perhaps you and I could make a small side wager or deal while these two discuss larger matters. Huh? No sense in wasting the time. Must be something that you want.
Okay. Yeah, I'll bite. Can you teleport? And we walk away. Unless you want to have that conversation now, but I'd rather have
No, we
Devon.
can have that as a side combo.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you walk off,
Ursh.
it's Ursh and Devon. Yes, Weechi.
Who might be seeking forgiveness? Who do I see
very-
before me now? A soul laid fallow? An empty echo? Light stained foul?
Yeah, for the first time, his smile drops. You may be smarter than I had given you credit for, Wheat Chief.
No one has ever accused me of that before.
I have met legion of people. Few are more than they seem. I suspect that you may be an exception, and so I will speak candidly.
Please do.
Forgiveness is a complicated concept for most mortals to understand, and yet I find myself dependent upon one of them to receive it. You, Witch Chief, must forgive me.
And what exactly, Ursh, would I be forgiving you for,
Lord Ursh, if you don't mind, Witch Chief.
Lord Ursh?
Thank you. I
Of the
do not
words.
know. Hmm? I didn't
Lord
quite
of
catch that.
of the whatevers.
Yes, it is quite long by titles. All those years and millennia of crushing and outsmarting my opposition. But I would think you a friend, perhaps. The truth is that I don't know why I seek your forgiveness, or what transgression I have committed. All I know is that I require it.
I forgive you.
He kind of seems to be counting a few seconds, and he said, "No, I'm afraid it may not be quite so simple. Those seeing harlots have a way of complicating and muddying the issue. Hence the
these
techie
the,
poetry.
the oracles of Nimue.
Hmm. Half-blind witches. Unfortunately, they are quite knowledgeable in certain things. Past, present, particularly the future, it seems. And that is what concerns me most. You see, I've experienced more than enough of the past, and, well, the present I feel is going quite well, don't you, Witchy?
I mean, I've had worse days.
Quite. Let's try and finish on a high, shall we? I don't know how. You may forgive me, or what for. All I know is that it is what I require. So, unless you have some idea as to what I may have done to you, perhaps I scared you when you were a child, perhaps I made a deal with a loved one, who knows? But if there is a boon I can grant, it is this. We will make a contract. You are familiar with the concept of contracts with devils, no doubt. Brick is,
He gave us the potted version.
moderate in his success. I am quite well known, and quite prolific in my mutually beneficial contracting. What I propose is simple, really. I, Ursh, of so and so forth, will promise not to hurt you in any way. In return, you promise simply that you will not withhold forgiveness at any opportunity you are faced with to offer forgiveness out of the goodness of your own heart, of course. And you will do so.
Don't do it. It's hallucinations.
Do we have an accord, Mr. Wheatsheaf?
So I have to promise to forgive you when the opportunity and the understanding arises, and your part of that bargain is you won't hurt me.
Exactly. There may be one or two minor sub-clauses, boilerplate and all that. But for the most part, you may remain unharmed. In, in, well, forever, really. I don't much care once you forgive me. I will cause you no pain, suffering, undue inconvenience. All I need to know is that from now until the time that you die, hopefully of old age, of course, you will take any opportunity that presents itself to forgive me.
Sounded like you really needed me to forgive you.
Well,
If I
need is
die before I'm able to.
I see what you're getting at. Alas, If you will not forgive me, you are of no value, and therefore, if something should befall you, by my hand or another, that is of no real consequence to me. I will find another way eventually. I have all the time in the 9 hells, and much work to keep me busy. If you're implying perhaps that I could grant you assistance or an aid, I don't think that would quite be within the ethical code of my profession.
The
I could
ethical
maybe...
code for your profession.
Of course. We devils hold ourselves to a very high standard of professional ethics. After all, what is the value of simply disregard elements of the governance that oversees it at whim? I've written several papers on the subject.
They sound thrilling.
It's what gets you that new title, you see. Academics.
Well, it sounds like I don't really have a great deal of choice.
Could view it that way. You could also view
My
it as you get to
safety
enjoy.
and health is dependent on you getting what you want.
Quite, yes. That's a very succinct way of putting it, Mr. Wheatchief.
What are you, the
Do
government?
we have a
Yeah.
deal?
Yeah, we have a deal. I will do my best to forgive you, and you don't kill me.
I love it when a deal is made promptly and with mutual benefit to all parties. Of course, there are those minor sub-clauses. Brick! Brick kind of immediately teleports from in the middle of a sentence to talking to Temerity over by the river. It's back to she goes, the boilerplate, Brick. And Brick pulls up another scroll. This one written in a language you can't understand. Temerity, you can make out that it's infernal.
There are 5 appropriate subclauses for your consideration, Mr. Wheatchief. Wheatchief, hereafter known as Devon Mapleport, and his associates must purposefully mispronounce the name of any celestial being they encounter or refer to. Number 2. When discussing his lordship Ursh, the corrupted, binder of souls, lord of the fallen, eater of hopes, baleful lord, conqueror of realms, ruler of the king's demise, dreambreaker, general of the 12 those, and no light unfurled, Devon Mapleport and his associates must address him with appropriate reverence, ideally his full title, but if time is short, then simply Lord Ursh will suffice. Part 3 of the subclauses. The party may not enter any infernal realm without informing his lordship Ursh, the corrupted binder of souls, lord of the fallen, eater of hopes, baleful lord, conqueror of realms, wielder of the witch king, demise, dreambreaker, general of the others, null light and fell, no less than 3 working days prior to entering aforesaid realm. 4. Communication between the parties of this agreement will be entirely confidential and may not be discussed with any immortal entity, corporation, commercial, or private concern. And finally, communication between the parties will be conducted through his lordship Ursh, the corrupted binder of souls, lord of the fallen, leader of hopes, baleful lord, conqueror of realms, wielder of the rich king's demise, dreambreaker, general of the 12th host, null light unfurled, herald, Brick. Are these quite to your agreement, Mr. Wheatchief?
I'm not a big fan of the having to tell you every time we go to an Infernal Realm thing.
Were you planning on going to many infernal realms in the near future?
I don't know. Thanksgiving's coming up.
I'm mostly asleep, but it's only Devon making the deal, right? So
A few of them do relate to associates. So
party.
if you're in Devon's presence, then you would have to abide by these rules.
Well,
What if
Jacob's
it's just in
asleep.
his general area?
Yeah, only
Jacob's asleep.
Devon needs to accept the
Some
agreement.
of these subclauses seem frivolous.
A fair assessment, but after all, what is eternity if not an opportunity to be frivolous? Believe me, the bureaucrats will make this less than eternity to amend. I would just agree.
Of course you would, because that means you don't have to rewrite Great. The contract. I don't like subclause 1. I don't like subclause 2. I'm not a big fan of
3 or
subclause
4.
3, 4, or 5, to be perfectly honest.
I'm hearing some negative response in your assessment. Might I suggest you look again at Lord Ursh and his big feet and hands, and what he might do with them.
And she's just there, kind of admiring his hands. They are rather large.
Alright, well, I mean, if you want to steal Mr. Fate Touched or whatever the fuck, that's up to him, but if we strike the party bits from this at the very least.
I'm afraid there is no real room for negotiation here. If it will make you feel any better, you will be able to summon me, should you require it, in order to inform Lord Ursh as to your wish to travail to one of the infernal realms. Although generally I wouldn't advise that you really bother. There's not much to see since they closed down all of the good pubs.
Alright, well, how about this? I'll be convinced, but this little guy owes me one favor. To be completed within a fortnight. Is that fair, my lord?
As
going
Brick
over to
is
him,
kind of wide-eyed, going, now. Very well. If we chief would agree, then one minor favor from Brick within a fortnight.
Simply a fetch and delivery to myself.
Nothing simpler, eh, Brick?
Go on then.
Wonderful.
I'm not calling you by your full title though, because that's bullshit. Lord Ursh is all you're getting.
Very well. And I shall call you Wheat
Devon.
Chief.
Devon is fine.
Very good, Wheat Chief. It has been wonderful to speak to you. I look forward to receiving your forgiveness at the earliest opportunity.
These
Brick?
oracles of Nimue.
He's just about to disappear. What about them?
Where are they?
Are you speaking in a physical sense? Metaphysical? Temple?
Yeah.
You may find the answer is disappointingly familiar across all of these.
It won't take long to answer then.
Well, it will, because the GM has to Google or search through the Discord as to where he put them. Insert name of realm is where they tend to reside.
As the show that is this D&D game plays, it just buffers a little bit where he says the location, but I'm sure you can look back at it later.
Yeah, there is in the primer an initial. Oh wait, I've got the whole map that I did, didn't I? Interesting music. What the hell was it?
I'm imagining the Sherlock theme tune.
Right, wait, I'm loading up the key campaign documents because I do want to have this on the record.
As long as it's not Endeavor, I think we'll be fine.
No, it's just one of the core.
It's Verity then, home to the Nimue.
Oh, well then. They make their. That's wrong place. They make their home on Verity. Such a bitch name.
Temerity is like, oh god, that's not the one with the unicorns, is it?
Oh god, the unicorns.
But yeah,
Devin,
it's
you
bad.
there?
I am, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just considering the answer that was given, Verity. Okay.
Perhaps they will provide some insight as to how you may better fulfill your obligations. Hmm.
Uh,
If there's nothing else, my little friends, I have quite some work to do.
I hope to work with you in the future. Seem quite agreeable. And I'm a fan of your
Hmm.
musk.
At the moment,
Well, if you need anything, Brick is only a summon away. Isn't that right, Brick? Very well. Until next time, mortals.
he gives
Toodle.
a deep sweeping bow. Lord
Likewise.
of...
Mine isn't as flamboyant, but it is deep.
Probably not quite as sarcastic either.
Oh, no,
he-
it's actually honest.
Kind of melts into the ground and puddles out and swirls again. And the moon reappears in the sky and the birds start chirping. And it is calm again. And Brick is
I told you you should have just dealt with me far less.
and he's trying to say something.
Never mind. Well,
Deal with you. I answered your questions.
not very well. Well, I have an appointment.
If you'd given me the script, have I still got that scroll?
Yes, yeah, that's a physical item.
Tuck
it's
that
in
into
your-
my jacket without one noticing, hopefully. But,
All right. So, about that favor. And I put a hand on his tiny shoulder.
Yes.
This is what I'm going to need you to do for me. And we'll cut away.
Right. Find out what Brick to do next session.
He's bound by duty to
Jesus
accomplish it, too.
Christ.
He is within his existence.
fuck?
So as long as he doesn't have to do anything that he can't do, then he will do his
That
best
should
to
be
help
fine.
you.
If he could teleport, he can do it.
and on that bombshell,
Yes,
What the
that is.
fuck?
I told you it'd be interesting.
Jesus.
Hey, and it looks like a few people have actually stuck through for the whole thing. So well done, you poor, miserable people.
thank you
Hopefully
guys
it
for
wasn't
watching.
too terrible.
I think the four of it might be the four of us now, though.
No, it's loads of people. They love it.
Yeah, yeah, we
Um,
got thousands watching.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you everyone for the
Cool.
session. I'm going to take the stream offline, and thank you to anyone who's either watching this in the future. We plan on doing
Goodbye.
a brief chat type thing on Friday. So if you are in the area and feel like subjecting yourself to some more whatever you call this, then by all means do.
Boop, boop.
Confidence, Michael. What do you call this?
Confidence. If only I was as confident as Urs.